Honey, where's all the Zango?
For more information about joining Danny White and the Rattlers Zango marketing team or about the Zango products, call 888-700-0444. Text Zango to 40123 or go to www.themangosteinteam.com. When Hall of Fame quarterback and coach Danny White discovered the exotic and enriching flavor of Zango juice for the first time, he couldn't help but be just a little curious. While researchers are just beginning to uncover the powerful scientific properties behind the mangosteen fruit, Danny White was inspired to perform a few experiments of his own. An ancient remedy for years, the mangosteen fruit has been linked to everything from promoting a healthy seasonal respiratory system, neutralizing free radicals, supporting cartilage and joint function, and helping support the immune system. With Zango's delicious mix of antioxidants and ever-growing health benefits, we're finding that sometimes it's a little tough not to get carried away.
Honey, where's all the Zango?
For more information about joining Danny White and the Rattlers Zango marketing team or about the Zango products, call 888-700-0444. Text Zango to 40123 or go to www.themangosteinteam.com.
NFL 2 onto this stage right now, the Arena Football League. He's an exciting guy to watch. Pay attention tonight. I look for big things from him tonight. Back to you, Tom.
All right, thanks, Randy. And certainly the maturity level has increased for Nick Davila this season, his first season in the Arena Football League. Well, a win for the Rattlers. They will stay right here for round one of the playoffs. Coming your way next, it's the Rattlers and the Barnstormers right here on AZTV.
Honey, where's all the Zango?
For more information about joining Danny White and the Rattlers Zango marketing team or about the Zango products, call 888-700-0444. Text Zango to 40123 or go to www.themangosteinteam.com.
The Arizona Rattlers 2011 season tickets are now on sale. Secure your seats for next year's fast-paced, hard-hitting Rattlers Arena football action today. Season tickets start as low as $90. That's right, just $90. Buy your tickets before August 6th and receive an autographed Danny White Arizona Rattlers jersey for free. Visit acrattlers.com or call 602-379-2333 to take advantage of this limited-time offer. That's acrattlers.com, where it's always snake season.
As a quarterback, I learned to make the right decisions on the field. The decision to make Scottsdale Healthcare the official hospital for the Arizona Rattlers was personal. I had shoulder surgery at Shea Medical Center several years ago. With the leading physicians, the latest technology, and a compassionate staff, I know you'll receive world-class patient care from the all-pro team at Scottsdale Healthcare, including ASMC, the official team physicians for the Rattlers. To learn more, call or go online at shc.org.
Rattlers come in a 10-5 record. They've won 8 of their last 10 games overall. All right, Dan, what are your keys for the Rattlers tonight?
Well, it's very important that this team understands it is the start of the playoffs. You got to play with some high tempo. You got to protect Nick Davila, give him the time to throw the football down the field. Last but not least, you have to keep forcing those turnovers. 4 from the second half last week in order to get an upper hand on this game initially from the get-go.
Jeff Glass to kick off to Terrence Sanders of the Rattlers. Here comes Terrence, tripped up and down he goes at the 15-yard line. Last week, the Rattlers were a winner in Tulsa, 61-51, notching their 10th win of the season. And here comes their star quarterback, the rookie in the AFL, Nick Davila. You see his numbers, nearly 67% completed, 95 touchdowns. He's already obliterated the season mark set by Cedric Bonner, who just had his jersey retired a couple weeks ago.
And one of the things you heard Randy Gatewood talk about there, good old Woody, is he's got the touch, he's got the strong arm, he's got the deep ball, but most of all, he understands the defenses. And on top of that, he's got a couple of receivers that are pretty decent as well.
Oh, he has some great targets, including, of course, Rod Windsor. We talked about him. He's in motion. Davila right over the middle to Windsor. Windsor had only 4 catches last week, Dan, but 3 of them were for touchdowns.
Yeah, and one of the things that he is so effective in doing everything is making the big play when needed. And this defense of Iowa, it's a soft defense. It's a defense that's not going to give up a lot of plays. You'll see a lot of those underneath catches throughout the entire night.
Sure, the Rattlers offense ranked 4th right now in the Arena Football League. Excellent protection from Clark Young and Harrion. John Booker has been a fullback along with Johnny Curtin, who is back from injury. McKelvey, Windsor, and Trandon Harvey, the 3 targets for Davila. On first down, plenty of time. Softball in the corner of the end zone. Hello, touchdown, Trandon Harvey.
Just a nice little post corner route. They like to call it a read route with this Rattlers offense. The great pass protection. Nick Davila looks down the middle. Trandon Harvey does a nice post corner or read route. He sees that safety hang outside. Nice double move by Trandon Harvey. And nice touch pass. There's that touch that Randy Gatewood, the great one, was talking about in the open.
23-yard strike. And a gorgeous pass lofted by Davila. Scaccia for the point after and nails it. Quick start for the Rattlers. 2 passes, 2 completions for Davila, who finds Trandon Harvey for the first score of the night. Here from downtown Phoenix, Rattlers with the win will host a playoff game right here at U.S. Airways Center next Saturday.
Your attention, please. Goodbye Auto Auction is auctioning off high-quality used automobiles and trucks. Every Wednesday morning at 9 a.m., Goodbye Auto Auction offers you an opportunity to bid on a huge inventory of well-conditioned automobiles. Bidding starts as low as $300. The gates open at 8. Auction starts at 9. Goodbye Auto Auction is located at 2956 West Osborne. For more information, call 602-523-3339. Remember, it's every Wednesday at Goodbye Auto Auction.
Hello, I'm Kevin Guy, head coach of the Arizona Rattlers, and I would like to especially thank our corporate sponsors, Zango, Scottsdale Healthcare, Casino Arizona, Blue Cross Blue Shield, and Napa Auto Parts for a great 2010 season. Thank you.
And, of course, Dan, we would all like to thank the corporate sponsors of the Arizona Rattlers. Everybody knows the Arena Football League took its season off. There's a new economic model for the franchises in the Arena League. Of course, you have Zango, one of their sponsors. That's good stuff. I was talking to one of their reps before the game.
I asked Danny with that fine commercial he made. He was giving me the lowdown on the Zango about a month and a half ago. Very healthy. A lot of changes with that internal clock, as they say, with your being in your health even more so than anything.
Rattlers with a 2-play scoring drive brought to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Arizona. Scaccia over the iron, and that will be a touchback. And actually, that is not what Fabricio Scaccia wanted. You want to at least hit the iron or the net, or else they will mark it at the 20-yard line. So excellent field position coming up for Ryan Venna and the Barnstormers. They have been eliminated from playoff contention. Right now, 4th in the Midwest, 6-9 record. They've lost 3 in a row, but Dan, they're 4-3 on the road this season. They've had a couple of quality wins away from home. Victories in Chicago and in Orlando. They'll play free and easy tonight.
Yeah, no, Danny White will tell you, or Kevin Guy, this entire team, even though they're 6-9, they've got a lot of games to them. They've got a lot of points, but they are a hard-playing team.
Over the middle, Venna finds his target, Jesse Schmidt. He is their go-to guy, 6'3", 220. Their leading receiver with now 110 receptions on the season. Keep an eye on Rodney Filer. Kevin Guy, Rattlers head coach, saying don't sleep on him. 3 or 4 times in a game, he'll give you a big play. And there are the targets for Ryan Venna, Jesse Schmidt, Larry Kendrick, and Walter McCown. What do you make of Ryan Venna? If you look at him, Kevin Guy called him a bowling ball. That is a big man. He's third in the AFL in rushing.
He's a fullback out there that can throw the football. He's very active, but he can also run the football. 3.5-yard average by this quarterback that not only has 72 touchdown passes, he's got 21 rushing touchdowns as well. As long as I do the math there, Tom, that's 93 total touchdowns on the year by the big fella.
And that was a sweet stick, by the way, from Kelvin Morris moments ago. Jones, Hawthorne, and Guerrero along the defensive front for the Arizona Rattlers. We just talked about Kelvin Morris, who put a pop on Filer, Freeman, Sanders, and Swanson, the three covermen for Arizona. Maybe the toughest job in all of professional sports. Kelvin Morris has been playing so well, especially over the last 3 or 4 weeks. Venna, good protection into the end zone for Schmidt. One-handed grab for the score. Pretty catch by Jesse Schmidt.
Jesse Schmidt just goes down. And when you look to that side, coming across Terrence Sanders, now there's been a couple of changes in this secondary in reference to having that chemistry with this defense. So when you look at the situation here, Ryan Venna, nice touch, throwing off the back foot, gets some good pass protection as he gets out to the side, to the far side of the corner.
Boy, a leaping one-handed snag by Jesse Schmidt. And now Jeff Glass will try to tie us up at 7. Mentioned these Barnstormers have nothing to lose. John Gregory says they're a few pieces away from being back in playoff contention next season. He fully expects to return as their head coach as Glass ties it up at 7. Touchdown pass from Davila, and then Venna and the Iowa Barnstormers, they answer right away early in the first quarter. Hey, Rattler fans, when you renew or buy Rattler season tickets by August 6th, you'll receive a commemorative autographed Danny White jersey for each ticket that you buy. Lower bowl tickets start at just $90. So call 602-379-2333 or log on to azrattlers.com. And we saw Randy Gatewood in our open wearing the number 11 jersey of Danny White.
It's a great number.
A little strange, though. You know, he wore number 17.
Well, he did, but number 11, that's double aces right there. That was also the number that I had with the old Buffalo Bills, double aces. That's a great number to have. And Gatewood styling down there as he typically does. One of the things, you talk about Danny White, one of the great, bright quarterbacks when he was with the Dallas Cowboys, but also one of the greatest offensive minds that has ever donned the sidelines of the Arena Football League. So when you watch Danny White, you see the prowess not only brought to the National Football League, he's an icon here and being honored. If you get that number 11 jersey, if you get those season tickets, you might get an autograph or two on them bad boys. As a matter of fact, I think he was signing for like the last 2 weeks.
I know. I think his wrist is a little sore. Well, one of his receivers, J.J. McKelvey, calls him a genius, a mastermind offensively. Trandon Harvey back to receive this time for Arizona. It bounced in the end zone. Out comes Harvey. Loses the ball, and it looks like it's recovered by Iowa. They fall on it at the 8-yard line. Taken away by Chris White. Could be a costly fumble by Trandon Harvey. So the Rattlers started with Sanders receiving the first kickoff, and then they move over to Trandon Harvey, who coughs it up.
Well, one of the things that Kevin Guy wanted, we talked about in the open, was the quick open, force the turnover, win the turnover issue. So coming down, he wants to really get into this, but coming over, it looks like they initially stripped that football, is Derek Bird. Derek Bird gets over there, then White comes up with the fumble recovery. Those are those things you cannot have. You want to get yourself set up and be at your top peak, top form going into the playoffs.
Yeah, one of your keys, Nooch, force turnovers, not commit turnovers. Venna, sideline pass to Kendrick, trying to spin free and crawl his way into the end zone. He goes to the 2-yard line.
One of the changes you're going to see in the secondary tonight is Terrence Sanders will go to the middle, and Riley Swanson's going to go to the backside corner. Now, Kevin Guy wanted to change this up, wanted to make this. The chemistry is always there, but one of those things that you have along with Riley Swanson is that they feel good about themselves. This defensive line, the pressure that they need to put on Venna is going to be the key. But as you see Venna, they're coming out with a quick passing attack to detour or neutralize that pass rush by the Rattlers.
Saw a great catch from Schmidt for their first score. Kendrick had 12 receptions last week for Iowa in their loss, and a loss of 1 yard. The Rattler defense swarming on the attempted reverse as they gave it up to Eric McCown on the reverse play. There's their head coach, John Gregory. 2 AFL titles, 2-time Coach of the Year in the Arena Football League. He was also Coach of the Year in the Canadian Football League. Now in his 9th season in Iowa. Again, they're out of the playoffs, but he says he definitely will return next year, try to right the ship. He is one of the AFL coaching legends.
Well, one of the things you don't like about playing a team that has nothing to lose is they have absolutely nothing to lose. They're going to throw anything and everything at you in this game early on.
Short pass to Kendrick for the touchdown. They take advantage and capitalize on the turnover by Arizona. Trandon Harvey fumbling the kickoff return. 3 plays later, Iowa sticks it into the end zone.
Again, Benna, just a short passing game, and Coach Gregory understands that this team, this Rattler defense, has been putting all the pressure on quarterbacks over the last 6 weeks. You look at their sack totals on the year, that's been the key. So he's come out the quick passing game, the underneath passing game, in order to allow his receiving corps to make a play, as they did right there in order for the touchdown.
Here's Glass for the extra point. Try to give Iowa a 7-point lead in the first quarter. But it's wide left. It will be a 6-point advantage for the Barnstormers. Arizona will get it back, and we will have to wait and see who returns the kick after the commercial break. Will it be Sanders, or will they go back to Trandon Harvey? But Iowa turns Harvey's fumble into 6. Gregory and the Barnstormers leading 13-7 here on AZTV.
No matter where you ride, what you ride, or who you ride with, you can count on the Law Tigers. We created a free valuable benefit card that motorcyclists can't afford to be without. Free legal advice, a $10,000 hit and run reward, a 24-hour accident hotline, but most importantly, peace of mind. Designed by riders for riders, the Law Tigers Biker Benefit Card. Available at your favorite motorcycle shop or online at lawtigers.com. The Law Tigers, Arizona's injury lawyers who ride.
The Arizona Rattlers 2011 season tickets are now on sale. Secure your seats for next year's fast-paced, hard-hitting Rattlers Arena football action today. Season tickets start as low as $90. That's right, just $90. Buy your tickets before August 6th and receive an autographed Danny White Arizona Rattlers jersey for free. Visit acrattlers.com or call 602-379-2333 to take advantage of this limited-time offer. That's acrattlers.com, where it's always snake season.
Couple of first quarter touchdown passes by Ryan Venna of the Barnstormers. And tonight's injury report brought to you by Scottsdale Healthcare. Mix, Carvalho, and Shropshire. That was a hurtful injury for the Arizona Rattlers.
Well, and one of the things they've done is Johnny Curtin is now gone to the middle backer. Dale Robinson no longer with this team. Did a yeoman's job for the Rattlers for a couple weeks, but Johnny Curtin, the big fella at 285, to pick up the load.
Trying to atone for his last mistake is Trandon Harvey. He bobbled it, lunging ahead to the 20-yard line, and Davila and the Rattlers will have their second possession from the line of scrimmage. 2 plays and a touchdown for Davila on their first possession as he went 23 yards to Harvey.
Kevin Guy wanted a better return this weekend. He wants to get these guys geared up. He feels that they should have better returns. Trandon Harvey, Riley Swanson. He wants to make sure that these guys don't get rest on their laurels. Now they're going to be hosting that game if they win tonight. He doesn't want any ifs. He wants every facet of this Rattlers team to be hitting on all cylinders tonight.
On the move is J.J. McKelvey. Davila lofts it up for Rod Windsor. Touchdown, Arizona! A perfect pass from Davila. He is red hot here in the first quarter.
Red hot because you've got an offensive line that's doing a phenomenal job. Again, Nick Davila, the opportunity to look down the field, and then come right back to Rod Windsor off of the post corner. As you look at this play and you understand how it unravels, you have 2 individuals going down the field. Windsor breaks it off at the last second. Again, that touch and that accuracy of Nick Davila to the big fellow. Rod Windsor's breaking all kinds of records as a rookie.
Now you can see why Danny White says the Rattlers have the best trio of receivers in the Arena Football League. We talk about Trandon Harvey and McKelvey, Rod Windsor. They also have Todd DeVoe at times. So Arizona has reclaimed the lead. It took only one play from scrimmage on this drive. 32 yards of beauty to Windsor from Nick Davila.
The Arizona Rattlers 2011 season tickets are now on sale. Secure your seats for next year's fast-paced, hard-hitting Rattlers Arena football action today. Season tickets start as low as $90. That's right, just $90. Buy your tickets before August 6th and receive an autographed Danny White Arizona Rattlers jersey for free. Visit acrattlers.com or call 602-379-2333 to take advantage of this limited-time offer. That's acrattlers.com, where it's always snake season.
Trucks only.
We have the largest pre-owned truck and SUV inventory in Arizona. Our team of expert buyers constantly search for the best quality vehicles for our customers. Like this 04 Dodge Durango, only $11,995. At Trucks Only, we have sold over 3,700 pre-owned vehicles in the last 12 months. Because we sell more, we can pass on huge savings directly to you. At Trucks Only, it's the customer always.
Trucks only.
Mesa Apache Junction.
Elevate your night, elevate your game. Casino Arizona.
Rattlers for making the playoffs.
Perfect. Well done, Alex. Back here from downtown Phoenix, Rattlers have taken the 14-13 lead. Fan Appreciation Night at U.S. Airways Center, hoping that all these fans and more come back next season, buying their season tickets to watch the Arizona Rattlers. Great entertainment for the kids, for the family, fans of all ages. Scaccia. A high kick hits the back of the boards in the end zone. That was a perfect kick from Scaccia. Unreturnable for Kendrick.
Now, I'm just thankful that the Arena Football League is back. I think it's been, you talk about taking that 1 year off, and I think one of the keys that Brett Bushey, as the managing general partner for this organization, has done, as well as the entire Arena Football League, is get it back to its grassroots. Kevin Guy understands what it takes. Danny White understands. The entire staffs understand what it takes for this league to be successful and remain succecessful.
Well, both quarterbacks have been very successful here in the first quarter. Neither has thrown an incompletion. Davila's 3 of 3. Vena's 4 of 4. Make it 5 of 5 for Ryan Vena as he completes that one to Larry Kendrick, the 27-year-old. The Rattlers' last scoring drive brought to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Arizona. As it was Davila going 32 yards to Rod Windsor. Now, I mentioned, Dan, that Rod Windsor is going to have a tryout on Tuesday with the Miami Dolphins. He already had a tryout with the Philadelphia Eagles. That did not pan out. But, credit Guy and Danny White and the Arizona Rattlers saying, hey, if the opportunity presents itself, they will support him going to an NFL camp. It could really hurt the Rattlers, though, come playoff time. Vena out of his own pocket. Deep to Kendrick. Can't make the grab. There is a flag down, though, at the 4-yard line.
Well, this one looks like it's going to be holding on Iowa, as Vena had some extra time as the rush from the outside came from that outside by Ron Jones, who's been very successful, this team, getting the sacks when they need to. To get back to your point in reference to Rod Windsor, it's not so much that Rod Windsor isn't able to go now. They pretty much want to allow him to go. You see Edwards go down the field. Good coverage that time coming over there by Brandon Freeman. But what they want to do with Rod Windsor is to finish the season out. The second wave of receivers that might go to Philadelphia or the Miami Dolphins, they doubt that he would leave prior to going all the way, if they do, to go to an NFL camp.
Flushed out of the pocket again is Vena. Sets himself, throws a BB for first down yardage. Another flag drops. Coverage by Riley Swanson. Another pretty pass thrown by Vena. He's pretty athletic for a guy who's 6'1", 225. And out of the box, illegal defense will be declined by the Barnstormers. They will take the first down.
Vena 6'1", 225, a big kid. I think that 225 is being a little bit generous for this young man.
I asked John Gregory that. I said, come on, 225?
No,
I said, no, 225.
Give or take about give or take about 10 pounds. But you know what? He's a very athletic guy. Played out of Colgate College because he's a very athletic in reference to he runs like one of those H-backs, but he's also very accurate. He's got a good arm.
He's corn-fed, that's for sure. He has the accurate arm. Looks like a 9-yard pickup, just shy of the first down. Venna is just picture perfect, right on target to his receivers. You know, I saw him warming up before this game with Rodney Filer right along the sidelines, and every time he threw it right on top of the boards where no defender could get to it.
Well, very accurate, right around 65% completions coming into this game. And what you like about him is he's so effective. I mean, he's efficient with the way he throws the football. He gets out there. I mean, John Gregory, the head coach of Iowa, hasn't even got him on a roll as far as running. He averages about 3.5 yards per carry.
Hands it off to Rodney Filer. 36-year-old Rodney Filer, the elder statesman, now in his 10th year in arena football. And again, Kevin Guy pointed him out when we were talking about Iowa this week in preparation, saying, you know, you have to watch Venna running, but don't take your eyes off of Filer because he is a very effective fullback.
Well, a very effective fullback with a very effective quarterback that can run calls for a very effective clock management. And that's one of the things that they want to do is control the clock to keep the quick-hitting Rattlers offense off the field.
All right, that's why Iowa right now is 11th in the Arena Football League in offense. They've been hurt by a loss of a number of key receivers, but they don't score a lot of points. You're right. They like to chew up the clock and try to keep the game close.
Well, not only that, is their 5th in scoring defense. So again, they've got a pretty good defense, and they're not going to give up the big plays. Unlike tonight, the 2 touchdowns that they have given up are been big plays down the right side. One to Trandon Harvey, the other to Rod Windsor on post corner routes to the right side of the field. So what that tells me is they got J.T. Smith, former wide receiver for the Phoenix Cardinals and the Kansas City Chiefs, is going to have to make a few adjustments in his secondary.
J.T. Smith, their defensive coordinator in Iowa. Venna was taken down by the collar, throws it off the net and nearly intercepted by Terrence Sanders. Excellent pressure by the Rattlers defensive front.
Well, that's that defensive pressure we talked about, and Hawthorne has been that big guy. Ronnie Jones comes from the left side of Venna. Pressure coming right at you in your living room, right to your left side. Swinging around, coming back is Hawthorne. We've talked about Anton Hawthorne. He's been the guy that's created the turnovers. He's been the guy that's been making things happen, bottling up the middle. And folks, that ball coming off the screen, off the net, that's a live ball that Terrence Sanders almost intercepted.
Hawthorne has 5 sacks this season, 8 tackles for a loss, and it does not appear as if Filer was able to make first down yardage as he loses his lid in the process.
Well, on top of the Anton Hawthorns, on top of the Ron Jones, Alex Guerrero. We talked about Darryl Shropshire. They really missed him. That's why they made the move of Johnny Curtin going to that Mac backer, having a bigger body press the field. But Hawthorne, here's the guy that Danny White said, you know, he seemed somewhat aloof. He seemed like a guy that was just kind of hanging out, having fun, but that's just his demeanor. That's how he carries himself. That's how he gets himself motivated. And when you have defensive guys that can bring it from the center to the outside, that'll help those outside guys and the Ron Jones and Alex Guerreros of the world get that pressure on the quarterback.
And then he's even more important now in the loss of Darryl Shropshire. So Hawthorne, who has been that pressure up the middle for the Rattlers second half of the season, those 5 sacks, almost had his 6th when he had Venna by the collar. But again, for the Arizona Rattlers, a win tonight, they would begin the playoffs Saturday right here in downtown Phoenix as they would host the Milwaukee Iron. Now, the reason they would host Milwaukee, we all thought going into this game the Iron would have home field advantage. They actually do, but they're undergoing renovations at their arena, the Bradley Center in Milwaukee. They could not find a viable alternative to play that game in Milwaukee, or I guess nowhere nearby, even in Chicago. So the Rattlers and the Arena Football League said, all right, let's put it at U.S. Airways Center. This is a gift from the AFL gods.
Yes, it is, and I think that Danny White, Kevin Guy, and Brett Boucher and his ownership group will take it. What happened is the alternative site only held 6,000 people, and it did not meet AFL standards as far as hosting a playoff game. Maybe a regular season game, but not a playoff game.
4th and short. Venna keeps it. 3rd leading rusher in the Arena Football League rumbles to the 4-yard line. A bruising running back / quarterback.
And he bruises one Calvin Morris. Just a simple option play. I mean, how often do we see their option in high school, college, let alone in the Arena Football League? And that's what John Gregory, the fine head coach, for this Iowa Barnstormers team has done wherever he has been coaching, whether it be in the AFL, the CFL, or in college. It's been the run game has been his forte as an offensive coordinator and as a former offensive line coach.
And again, running time off the clock. Then at a pass. This time it's tipped. I believe it was Antaj Hawthorne again, applying the pressure. He's been flushing Venna out of the pocket, and that time puts his big mid up in the air and bats it down.
Well, that push that we talked about, Antaj Hawthorne, he's getting that push right up the middle. Hand gets up, blocks this one away. Ron Jones is in there. And now you're starting to see the push of this defensive line of the Arizona Rattlers. And they're trying, that being Iowa, to go to the quick passing game. And what you understand as a defensive lineman, if you can't get to the quarterback, get those hands up and try to knock it down.
Very difficult to score inside of the 5 as the field really shrinks on the offensive unit. Just an 8-yard end zone. Filer is taken down at the 5, a loss of 1. The ankle tackle made by Kelvin Morris.
That, you said it right there, ankle tackle. What Kevin Guy wanted this team to do because of this running game with Filer and also with Vanna is make sure you wrap up. Make sure you put a tackle on him. Morris does a good job of reading this and reacting to it. Gets his helmet right into the hole. Comes up, makes a nice play. That's a great job of reading and reacting, getting up in there. Johnny Curtin at there, Mike Backer right there as well, too, to help clean up.
He actually started around the waist and then slid on down to those ankles of Filer. A tremendous tackle made by Morris. Here's Venna, lost a corner of the end zone. Did he make the catch? Wow, it looks like Riley Swanson may have come up with a football. Crashing into the boards was Eric McCown. And McCown is still down in the corner of the end zone. A massive collision back there. Swanson defensively. McCown crashing into the boards, and he is slow to get up.
And this is great timing as you see McCown, nice little post corner move on Swanson out there. Now, if you make this catch, if that goes off the dashboard, it's a live ball, but it hits the ground. Remember, in Arena Football League, that ball coming off the dashboard, as long as it never touches the ground, is a live ball.
McCown still down, being helped to his feet. A near interception by Riley Swanson. It will be 4th down for Iowa when we come back. Start of the second quarter with the Rattlers leading 14-13 here in downtown Phoenix.
As a quarterback, I learned to make the right decisions on the field. The decision to make Scottsdale Healthcare the official hospital for the Arizona Rattlers was personal. I had shoulder surgery at Shea Medical Center several years ago. With the leading physicians, the latest technology, and a compassionate staff, I know you'll receive world-class patient care from the all-pro team at Scottsdale Healthcare, including ASMC, the official team physicians for the Rattlers. To learn more, call or go online at shc.org.
Today, with the economy the way it is, if you get sick, the bills can make you even sicker. That's why you want to call Blue Cross Blue Shield of Arizona. They will tell you about their new health plans and help you choose the one that's right for you and your family. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Arizona has introduced new and more affordable health insurance plans. So don't wait. Call your broker or call Blue Cross Blue Shield of Arizona now to get the facts. To learn more, call your broker, call 866-691-BLUE, or visit azblue.com/TV.
When Hall of Fame quarterback and coach Danny White discovered the exotic and enriching flavor of Zango juice for the first time, he couldn't help but be a little, just a little curious. While researchers are just beginning to uncover the powerful scientific properties behind the mangosteen fruit, Danny White was inspired to perform a few experiments of his own. An ancient remedy for years, the mangosteen fruit has been linked to everything from promoting a healthy seasonal respiratory system, neutralizing free radicals, supporting cartilage and joint function, and helping support the immune system. With Zango's delicious mix of antioxidants and ever-growing health benefits, we're finding that sometimes it's a little tough not to get carried away.
Honey, where's all the Zango?
For more information about joining Danny White and the Rattlers Zango marketing team, or about the Zango products, call 888-700-0444. Text Zango to 40123 or go to www.themangosteenteam.com.
Fourth down for the Iowa Barnstormers, and it looks like they will go for the field goal. Jeff Glass will attempt what appears to be a 21-yard field goal. And interesting that Iowa, really with nothing to lose here tonight, you would think maybe they'd roll the dice a little bit and go for it on 4th and 5.
Well, you know that John Gregory, this head coach, he's won championships in the Arena League and the Canadian Football League. He's going to play the odds. He wants to make sure he gives his team the opportunity to win a game. You make this field goal, you go up by 2 points. So that's one of the things. You want to give your team an opportunity, because if you get shut down here, that changes the momentum to go the other way in a hurry.
Glass kicked 21 field goals in AF2 last season. He has 5 so far this season. Final regular season game. Glass is up, and it's good from 21 yards for Jeff Glass. And Iowa back on top now, 16-14.
Well, we talked about Milwaukee Iron. If the Arizona Rattlers win tonight, Milwaukee Iron will be coming in here. And you look at the team last week that they had a heck of a game. That being Iowa got beaten by the Milwaukee Iron 75-67. So they hung around quite a bit. The only problem with Iowa was they only scored 6 points in that third quarter, while Milwaukee scored 13. Big fourth quarter by Milwaukee Iron. Another great guy by former Arizona Cardinal Chris Greisen, having a heck of a game from the Milwaukee Iron. So I can't blame John Gregory at all for playing the averages, law of averages, because you want to always give your team the opportunity to score every time you have the football, because this Arizona Rattlers team, as we know, can put a lot of points on the board. It's been the defense that is now only giving up 49 points per game, and a lot of that has been, Antaj Hawthorne. When you look at Antaj Hawthorne, that guy that's made it, he's caused 6 fumbles. That's right, 6 in the last 2 games, and making sure that this team gets its sound defensively going.
Let's talk more about Rod Windsor. You touched on it a little bit, the fact that he's had a tryout with the Eagles. He has one upcoming with the Miami Dolphins, and Kevin Guy said, again, we would support him if he needs to go to an NFL camp. But you're saying maybe he would still come back and play it out in the playoffs.
I would say this right now. Kevin Guy said about Philadelphia in this tryout is Philadelphia is not pressing for his services right now. Now, they may after the season's over. If the Miami Dolphins feel that he's a young man, they like his workout, he could get signed immediately, but the results and odds is that a lot of these guys might be the second wave of receivers that might go into these NFL training camps.
Second return for Sanders, ran into his own teammate Johnny Curtin, then he's pummeled at the 16-yard line. Ran right up the back of Johnny Curtin. We've seen 2 returns from Sanders and 2 from Trandon Harvey. Maybe the Rattlers experimenting a little bit, trying to figure out who they want to use exclusively, if they do, in the playoffs.
Well, Key, again, nice returns. He wants those returns. And if you average close to 18 yards per return, which Trandon Harvey and Riley Swanson do, as well as Terrence Sanders, that gives this offense the opportunity to open up. So when you look at Sanders, that's the special teams that they definitely want. 17.5 yards per return. That's the 3rd in the Arena Football League, giving this offense great field position.
Davila completed his first 3 passes. Now he's a perfect 4-4. J.J. McKelvey, a little stiff arm, and knocked up against the boards at the 16-yard line of Iowa. Davila, 4 of 4 passing, already with a couple of touchdown tosses. He threw one instantly to Trandon Harvey for the first score of the game, and then his second was 32 yards right on the money to Rod Windsor.
J.J. McKelvey, you talked about it, picked up the slack big time last week. 14 receptions. He had 3 touchdowns. When you talk about Rod Windsor, only 4 receptions, but the 3 touchdowns. J.J. McKelvey really starting to come into his own, and more importantly, really starting to understand the offense and the defensive reads he has to make.
Stepping up, Davila over the middle. It is J.J. McKelvey again. He loses it, fumbled, and picked up by Iowa. Second turnover by the Arizona Rattlers here in the first half. First it was Trandon Harvey on a kick return, and now J.J. McKelvey loses it.
And I can't tell if this one was scripted. J.J. McKelvey got caught up with the official, because the official gets in the way, and there's pretty much a big scrum. There's an official that goes flying by, and then J.J. McKelvey is spinning away. So this will be interesting to see. Good move by Davila to step to his left. Come back there. Bird looks like right at the last second strips that football away as McKelvey's going down.
You're right. It was the defensive play by the 26-year-old Derek Bird to jar it loose, and Iowa will take over from their own 7-yard line. A perplexed Kevin Guy, no doubt, saying they have to cut down on turnovers heading into the playoffs. Wanting to play near perfect football, but not here in the first half. All alone along the sidelines. The catch is made by McCown. So McCown was the one who was blasted into the corner of the end zone, stayed down for a couple of minutes, but he is popped back up, looks healthy, makes the catch, and goes into Arizona Rattler territory.
Well, Venna looks to his left, comes back to his right, and then goes to the outside. Great pass protection. Good coverage down the field, but Kelvin Morris got sucked in. He was the quarterback to that side of the field. He came underneath to the underneath route, and you see McCown get to that outside as he just kind of slips out of the backfield and sits it down the right sideline.
McCown was a busy man. You mentioned that game last week against Milwaukee. He had 10 receptions. Good protection for Venna. He overthrows McCown this time.
Well, anytime a quarterback goes off that back foot, he's got guys wide open. When you go off the back foot, your shoulders go up in the air. And where'd that football go, Tom Leander? It went up in the air. It sailed on him. You got to plant that right foot, drive that left shoulder down, get on top of the football when you have receivers wide open like that. Again, that's the nature of a quarterback. If he's starting to feel that pressure get into his face, you'll start to see him throw off the back foot.
I feel like I'm at a Dan Minucci quarterback academy right now. I love it.
Sit back, put your seatbelt on, and absorb all the knowledge.
Very nice. Venna, pressured by Jones, steps up, flicks it over to Kendrick. And he is torpedoed down at the 14-yard line by number 8, Brandon Freeman.
Oh, Ryan Venna, you talk about a big guy, 6'1", 225. His escapability as a quarterback to help him make throws. Here he is coming to the outside. Nice little hold of the week by that guard, but that's okay. If they don't call it, it's legal, right? But again, his feet, his escapability, very accurate, has the touch. And on top of that, Tom, he's extremely tough to bring down. He's like a fullback playing the quarterback position. I feel like I'm watching Bobby Douglas from about 1967, the old KU Jayhawk.
How about Fran Tarkenton? Kind of a larger version. Fran Tarkenton with a bit of a beer belly. Hate to say that about Ryan Venna, but hey, it's there for all to see. He makes plays with his feet.
You know, we're seeing bigger and bigger quarterbacks. Jamarcus Russell, 6'6" when he was playing. He was about 275. Matter of fact, they called him Biscuit because he was a biscuit shy of 300 pounds the last time I checked. But you got the big quarterbacks that have strong arms, and today's quarterbacks with that escapability, they can move a little bit. If they can move to their right, move to their left, it makes it very difficult for these defensive linemen to get a good shot on the quarterback.
Venna's a biscuit shy of being a bakery himself, but he is one heck of a quarterback. Over the middle, nearly intercepted by Freeman. But there are flags down.
And again, that pressure up the middle coming by number 98, Alan Harper. And Alan Harper making sure he gets up in there causes Venna to pull away and throw again off the back foot. But again, this is going to go against the Arizona Rattlers. It's those penalties. It's those turnovers that plague this Arizona Rattlers team. In order to get that big lead, they just can't stand prosperity. They continue to put themselves in the hole. Again, coming down the middle, there's Freeman. Good man-to-man coverage, a little pushing and shoving going on. No call by the official who's standing right there. Illegal defense was the call.
Called Brandon Freeman the claw.
Yes.
Using that right hand. Venna to his right, and he finds his man for the touchdown. A flag drops at the 2-yard line, but the catch was made by Eric McCown. We'll see if it stands.
Yeah. Well, Tom, we call this somewhat of a pick. You got a little rollout. You got one receiver coming inside. You got the other receiving breaking outside. If that inside receiver happens to brush any of the defensive people, that's called a pick. That's not legal in any form of football. If the officials don't see it, it'd be a touchdown. But again, the creativity of John Gregory, the head coach, rolling Venna out as he rolls him out this time. Coming down inside, you can see the inside receiver. See the nice little pick right there on Riley Swanson? Allowing number 5, that being Eric McCown, to get outside, thus creating that big void, thus being a touchdown, which was illegal.
Jesse Schmidt was the culprit. Venna off his back foot, and he overthrows his target again. He was looking for Larry Kendrick out of the University of Mississippi. Actually, Kendrick started this season as a jack linebacker, but because of numerous injuries to wide receivers, he is now one of their main offensive threats. There's John Gregory, who talked about the coaching legend, and asked him if he was going to experiment at all tonight. I mean, they're 6-9, they're out of the playoffs. He said, well, you know, to be honest with you, we've kind of been experimenting all season because of those injuries. We've been mixing and matching, turning jack linebackers into receivers. We've got a quarterback who plays like a fullback.
Experimentation is not working, Tom Leanne.
He said they are a little shy on talent. Another flag into the end zone. The catch is made by Schmidt. Let's see what the flag is all about.
And this could be offensive holding as the pressure coming on Bennett again.
Oh, it's against the Rattlers, so the touchdown will count.
You know, that's one of the things that Kevin Guy is going to have to get straightened out here at halftime. And he's not real happy. This defense is getting a little sloppy right now. And the last thing you want is a team that you're favored to beat start to get a big jump on you, because this Rattlers team has been coming back on teams the last couple of weeks, coming back for the victory. That can get a little tiring and forces the issue with your offense, because if your offense goes into a funk all the time, it's tough to come back if you get teams get a big lead on you.
Glass for the point after. Iowa back on top. And he misses again. So off both Arizona Rattler turnovers, Iowa scores a touchdown but misses both extra points coming from Glass. So they have turned 2 turnovers into 12 points in the first half. Back from U.S. Airways Center right after this.
I'm Pat McMahon, and I'm here to tell you from firsthand experience how many unique and inexpensive items I've come across at the Fantastic Indoor Swap Mart. You too can shop Fantastic. Over 500,000 brand new items under one roof at the Fantastic Indoor Swap Mart, located at 27th Avenue in Camelback in Phoenix. You'll find everything you need and want at incredibly low prices. Open Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 10 to 6. What's it called? The Fantastic Indoor Swap Mart.
2-14 lead over Arizona. They have outscored them 9-0 here in the second period. A field goal by Glass, and then the touchdown pass then to Jesse Schmidt. Let's head on down to the field. Katie Hartley, who's a busy one today, talking with season ticket holders and some of our favorite corporate sponsors. Katie?
That's right, Tom. Thank you so much. I'm standing here with my friend Tommy Johnson. He is the Zango Distributor $1 Million Club. Now, Tommy, we see the Zango name splashed everywhere across this arena. Can you describe to us exactly what is Zango?
Well, Katie, Zango's an international opportunity for people to change their lives if they wish, and through built around functional products that are life-changing in the wellness industry. In short, it's really life the way we should live.
That's awesome. Well, thank you. And what is it that makes the Arizona Rattlers and Zango a good fit?
Well, frankly, I love the fact that Brett Bushy and Kevin Guy, Danny White, the entire Rattlers organization, and Zango have in common. They're both winners, so we're looking forward to continuing to win big together.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Tommy. Back to you, Tom.
All right, thanks, Katie. Telling you, Zango, that is good stuff, too. Very natural, good for you. It is a hot product, and again, we're happy to have them sponsoring the Arizona Rattlers, and things turning around for Arizona, bringing a lot of their fans back this season, making it into the playoffs. Kevin Guy has been the head coach 2 different seasons now for Arizona, in 2008, and of course they had that bye year, I guess we will call it, in 2009, and now they're back 2 seasons, 2 playoff appearances by a Kevin Guy coached Rattlers team.
The guarantee of 2008, Can you imagine that? And they were struggling, but they brought it together and went to those playoffs the last time they were here at the Snake Pit.
Well, now the Rattlers need to hang on to the football. Harvey had a fumble, so did J.J. McKelvey. Davila and the Rattlers offense will begin their work here in the second quarter from the 7-yard line, trailing 22-14. So we talk about all the different scenarios of if they win and hosting Milwaukee here at home. If they lose, they hit the road and would take on the Spokane Shock. We'll get a timeout here. 8:19 to go until halftime.
Elevate your everyday. Elevate your game. Casino Arizona.
Is there an addiction causing problems in your life? Are you hiding that addiction from others? Are you or someone you love suffering from an addiction? Then it's time to do something about it. Calvary Center knows exactly what people need to get and stay in recovery.
It changed my life.
It's your choice if you want to live or you want to die.
Call Calvary Addiction Recovery Center at 866-76-SOBER or visit us online at calvarycenter.com. The Arizona Rattlers 2011 season tickets are now on sale. Secure your seats for next year's fast-paced, hard-hitting Rattlers Arena football action today. Season tickets start as low as $90. That's right, just $90. Buy your tickets before August 6th and receive an autographed Danny White Arizona Rattlers jersey for free. Visit acrattlers.com or call 602-379-2333 to take advantage of this limited time offer. That's acrattlers.com, where it's always snake season.
Iowa trying to spoil the party here at U.S. Airways Center, leading the Rattlers 22-14. And earlier tonight, Spokane came in with the best record in all the Arena Football League and could be the opponent for the Rattlers if they were to lose here tonight. Spokane lost to Jacksonville 64-49 tonight in Arena Football League action. So the Shock finished 13-3. All alone is Windsor. His man fell down, and Windsor goes in for the score. He didn't go very deep into the end zone. Took it just past the goal line.
And off the dashboard on top of that, over there on the defensive side, covering is Jason Simpson. And this is just a go route. What Danny White will tell Nick Davila is throw it. I don't care, pump fake it. He's out there, just lay it up down the field and give him the opportunity. At 6'5", he's got those big paws. We talked about it. He can go up and get the football, but this one is just an easy pitch and catch. A lot of timing on that, especially when your defensive back falls down. And for a receiver, just make sure you catch it, you secure it, bounce off the dashboard, and glide into the end zone.
Maybe the toughest pass for a quarterback to make when he knows his receiver is so wide open.
It really is, Tom. You get a guy that is sitting there, and you see him wide open. But this time, again, Nick Davila, with the great pass protection that he gets, throwing it, looking to his left side. You come down, just lay it up there. Just pitch and catch. Rod Windsor, one of the best ever as a rookie, goes in for the touchdown.
The Arizona Rattlers 2011 season tickets are now on sale. Secure your seats for next year's fast-paced, hard-hitting Rattlers Arena football action today. Season tickets start as low as $90. That's right, just $90. Buy your tickets before August 6th and receive an autographed Danny White Arizona Rattlers jersey for free. Visit acrattlers.com or call 602-379-2333 to take advantage of this limited time offer. That's acrattlers.com, where it's always snake season.
Your attention, please. Goodbye Auto Auction is auctioning off high-quality used automobiles and trucks. Every Wednesday morning at 9 a.m., Goodbye Auto Auction offers you an opportunity to bid on a huge inventory of well-conditioned automobiles. Bidding starts as low as $300. The gates open at 8. Auction starts at 9. Goodbye Auto Auction is located at 2956 West Osborne. For more information, call 602-523-3339. Remember, it's every Wednesday at Goodbye Auto Auction.
When I start my day off right, I always feel better. So when I decided to cut back on expenses, my gym membership stayed, and the morning lattes, first to go.
But even in tough times, you can't cut back on necessities, like health insurance.
Good thing Blue Cross Blue Shield of Arizona just introduced new health plans that start at under $59 per month. So now I can stay healthy and still watch every penny. To find out more, call your broker, call 877-317-BLUE, or visit azblue.com/rates.
To Windsor, who keeps adding to his records in his rookie season in the Arena Football League. For Windsor now, Dan, he has 181 catches. That's a new AFL record. 46 receiving touchdowns. He has 2 here in the first half.
And one of the things you like to see is Nick Davila looks so relaxed and so composed. He's got the time of throwing the football down the field, extremely accurate. We talk about being consistently accurate as a quarterback, and this offensive line has done just a great job of allowing him to throw the football down the field. And probably the most relaxed and confident that I've seen Nick Davila in a first half, because now he has to keep pace with this Iowa Barnstormer team that's up 22-21 on the Rattlers.
Davila setting all sorts of rookie records. Rod Windsor shattering AFL records, Rattler team records, and rookie records of his own. What a combination they have been. You toss in the veteran J.J. McKelvey, who played in Utah for Danny White. And Davila and the Rattlers, if they can pull this out here tonight, they would be quite a threat to win it all, the Arena Bowl this season. And how sweet would that be? They've already won 2 of those under Danny White as head coach. It would be the first for Kevin Guy. Venna slings it. It's tipped. Great defense applied by Terrence Sanders to knock it away at the last second.
And Ryan Venna getting hassled again by Antaj Hawthorne from the backside again, just creating the havoc on the back end of this. You'll see, but what we didn't see is that the pressure that's forcing Ryan Venna now to get to his right side, get up to the inside. They're doing a good job of coming up with that great recovery speed as Terrence Sanders. So that's one of the things that you're starting to see from this Rattlers defensive line is the pressure, making Ryan Venna uncomfortable in that pocket, forcing him to throw the football earlier than he wants to.
Be a great time for a stop by the Arizona Rattlers defense. Submarining in for the attempted tackle was Sanders. Has to adjust his helmet as he went after Schmidt. Schmidt is having a terrific season. Came in with 109 receptions, 25 touchdowns, and his coach, John Gregory, said of Jesse Schmidt, one of the best receivers I've ever coached.
Well,
that's quite a compliment.
It's hands, it's consistency, it's running the right route, it's making the right reads, and Jesse Schmidt is one of those individuals that does it on a week-in-and-week basis, and that's one of the things that John Gregory wants is a receiver that's reliable in those situations.
In motion was McCown. He's the target. And he is blanketed by Riley Swanson. A late flag drops. It will be interference called on Riley Swanson in the defensive secondary.
But Riley Swanson loses the receiver, and all he can really do is put his hands up. But again, the pressure by one Antaj Hawthorne.
Yeah, it really was face guarding by Riley Swanson. He wasn't going after the football. Instead, he put those arms up.
Let's see this pressure again. Antaj Hawthorne is really starting to have his way with the center. Just goes right back, and they're double teaming him. Coming in that side, and Curtin makes it. You got Hawthorne making the big push. Then you got Curtin coming around the inside. You can't stunt. You just got to come right between that gap between the guard and the center. That's exactly what Johnny Curtin did. But again, Antaj Hawthorne creating that push over the center to allow the MAC backer to get inside, put pressure on the quarterback.
And the Rattlers are so excited to have Johnny Curtin back. Guy called him a sledgehammer from his MAC linebacker position. Ball pops loose, but they're going to mark it down at the 15-yard line.
What John Gregory is doing now, the head coach / offensive coordinator, he's coming back to the underneath game, taking a couple shots down the field. And he talked about experimentation. He's got to take a couple shots down the field. His receiving core, this Arizona Rattlers defense, doesn't just sit tight on those underneath pass routes, those quick pass routes that Ryan Venna has been passing here in this first half. So I understand his philosophy. When you start to have success going deep, that opens up your entire playbook. And on top of that, it opens up your running game.
Second and short. They go back to the air. Stepping up is Venna. Finds his man wide open for the score. It's Eric McCown. He was all alone along the sidelines and then danced in for 6.
On that right side, cornerback Kelvin Morris is getting confused. This is a blown coverage by this Arizona Rattlers secondary. Kelvin Morris came to the inside, and again sneaking out. Eric McCown gets out to the right side again, wide open. Now that's twice in this quarter alone that we've seen Eric McCown off to that right side completely wide open. Kelvin Morris has come down to the inside to the underneath coverage route. You got to stay outside and respect that. Maybe he's just not seeing Eric McCown slip out of the back or just slip and just sit tight on that right sideline.
Glass has missed 2 extra points. He nails this one. And Iowa tacks on another touchdown. The point after, Arizona Rattlers came in winners of 4 straight here at home, but they're trailing by 8 as we near halftime.
Where's all the Zango?
For more information about joining Danny White and the Rattlers Zango marketing team, or about the Zango products, call 888-700-0444. Text Zango to 40123 or go to www.themangosteenteam.com.
Iowa on top, 29-21, 3:17 to go until halftime. Time now for the Casino Arizona throw for dough. Tonight's contestant is Darryl. Look at him sling it. Didn't get enough air underneath that one. He had a chance to win $7,777 in cash, courtesy of Casino Arizona, but he came up about 6-7 yards short. Our quarterback consultant, Dan Minucci, your thoughts?
Well, you got to keep that left shoulder up this time. Before we said it's not good, but this time when you're slinging it deep, you got to throw it like a javelin. You got to continue on that path. Throw it over the third window, as we like to say. Throw it over the roof so you get some height.
Back to receive is Sanders. Catches the iron on the way down. That will be a touchback, and Arizona will begin at the 5-yard line. Ryan Benna has thrown 4 touchdowns to the Iowa Barnstormers. Nick Davila is a perfect 6 of 6 passing, 132 yards and 3 scores. You talked about the Rattlers and their quarterback with his record-breaking season as a rookie, and even surpassing the numbers of Cedric Bonner in his first season. I mean, when you look at the numbers for Davila, came in with 95 touchdown passes, now with 98, surpassing Cedric Bonner, who had the old record of 88 touchdown passes in a season, obliterating the mark. Boy, how dare he? They just retired Ced's number the other day. Really was a great opportunity. I know you were here at the game. I saw you across the way. And what did you think of that ceremony? As now Hunky Cooper and Randy Gatewood have company up there in the rafters with Cedric Bonner's number 13 going up in the rafters a couple weeks ago.
It was a lot of fun to see Hunky and Calvin Schexnayder, and you saw a lot of the guys come back. Wendell Gaines came back. I mean, just such a great venue. And then have Danny White present him into the Ring of Honor up here with Hunky and Randy Gatewood. But I think the biggest thing is I thought I'd never see a quarterback that was so progress and arena football as a Cedric Bonner or an individual like a Kurt Warner. And what Nick Davila has done this year, and you got to give him a little credit, is you look at, he played Arena Football League too. There's the fine Raptors up there of one Ced Bonner, big fella.
Crossing pattern to J.J. McKelvey. It will be wiped away because of a holding call. Actually offsetting penalties, so they will replay that second down.
And one of the things that I really like about Nick Davila is when you watch him is he's acquired that poise. He's reacted to tough situations early on in the year. And Danny White gave him this entire offense. He didn't spoon feed him. He said, hey, here's the steak. You got to go ahead and digest this bad boy. And that was the same way that I was Cedric Bonner. But I got to tell you, watching Cedric Bonner, covering those games for those years that we did, Tom, back in the mid-late 90s and early 2000s, to see Cedric Bonner and see this young man and Nick Davila to have the same type of progress on the field, running the same offense is truly amazing in only his first year.
Yeah, and such a blessing for both quarterbacks to be running the system instituted by, as you mentioned, Danny White. Of course, Bonner had the size, was able to rumble his way into the end zone, and we haven't really seen Davila run with the football much. I know he's an excellent athlete, but he pretty much just stays airborne, and they're trying to keep him healthy, too, for the upcoming playoffs. Last thing they need to see here tonight is Davila getting injured in their last regular season game. But, you know, when you talk to Kevin Guy about strategy, he said, hey, I'm not slowing down. We're going all out in this game. He doesn't believe in resting any players and possibly losing momentum heading toward the playoffs. Davila back to pass, great protection. He's got a man, and it's tipped away. Solid defense by Jason Simpson.
Well, Jason Simpson just falls back. He reads this all the way. He sees the read route to post corner to Ron Windsor. Good job by Simpson on this play. And again, sometimes telegraphing the eyes by one Nick Davila. So he backs up, little post corner read route. But you see to the right side of your screen, Simpson doesn't see anybody threaten him underneath. So his job is just to go ahead and fall back. So when he falls back, he sees that. Very fortunate that football's not intercepted by the Arizona Rattlers.
Well, we've hit the 1 minute mark, the 1 minute warning here in the second quarter with the Rattlers trailing 29-21. It'll be second down for the Arizona offense when we come back.
Elevate your night, elevate your game. Casino Arizona.
Your wallet is filled with valuable things. Your identity, your money, your credit, even your memories. But if you ride, the most valuable thing in your wallet is your Law Tigers Biker Benefit Card. Because with this card and the Law Tigers, you never ride alone. The Law Tigers, Arizona's injury lawyers who ride.
Is there an addiction causing problems in your life? Are you hiding that addiction from others? Are you or someone you love suffering from an addiction? Then it's time to do something about it. Calvary has been your addiction recovery solution for over 45 years.
It's an amazing experience.
Calvary saved my life. Get help. Call Calvary Addiction Recovery Center at 866-76-SOBER before it's too late.
I want to thank the fans for a great 2010 season. See you in the playoffs.
Second-year player, Antaj Hawthorne, applying the pressure up the middle for the Rattlers defense. Second-year player from Wisconsin, played for Barry Alvarez there, and now a key component for the Rattlers as they head toward the postseason. Will they play Milwaukee here at home, or will they go to Spokane and face the shock? Davila up deep over the middle to Trandon Harvey.
Boy, good job by this offensive line. I mean, you had a serious pass rush. You had Nick Davila on the deep route, deep dig route. Coming down, Trandon Harvey. I mean, just outstanding. Just cuts it off. Good pass protection and lays it right in there.
The speed, the quickness, the escapability, all the elements that make Trandon Harvey so special. He's one of the returning Rattlers, now his third year out of Washington State, but he brings some experience to this team that is loaded with a number of AFL rookies.
You know, Trandon Harvey to Danny White reminds him so much of Calvin Schexnayder. We talked about having a Calvin Schexnayder, a Hunky Cooper, and a Randy Gatewood. Well, all those guys, except for Schexnayder, were both way guys. They both went the pure receiver, the specialist, was Calvin Schexnayder. Well, now, with Harvey and McKelvey and Windsor and DeVoe, these individuals are all receivers, and he said out of all of them, Trandon Harvey's that guy that's got that Calvin Schexnayder appeal to him.
Windsor still up and now finally down at the 6-yard line, but the clock keeps rolling. Clock management is critical right now, Dan.
And that's what you want to do right here, is run as much clock as you can off. That's what Danny White is doing in order to get a score with virtually no time on the clock and not allow Iowa to get the ball back and get at least a field goal.
You know, I thought it was so fascinating, too. Earlier this season on one of our AZ TV broadcasts, we had Doug Plank here in the booth, and he talked from a coach's perspective about how important it is to be that last team to score going into halftime. The mood in the locker room certainly changes if you're the team that scores versus the one that gives up the last touchdown.
And it just seems to me, even though the offense is moving the ball very well, the defense is doing fairly well, this team seems a little flat right now to me. I mean, even though they've clinched a playoff spot, they're not playing as if it's their first playoff game. And I think that's what Kevin Guy and his staff want from this Arizona Rattlers team. A little more hype, a little more motivation. Guys, we need a little more fire about us. We can't allow a team like Iowa, who's at 6-9, to continue to hang around, because you don't want to lose this game and travel to Spokane. You are handed a gift by hosting a first playoff game next week against Milwaukee if you win. Hey, you want to remove that if coming out in the second half.
Don't let that opportunity slip through your hands. They have the big John Booker in the backfield as the fullback next to Davila. Third down, Davila. Lots of time, flushed out of the pocket, whips it back to the end zone, and whips it good for the touchdown to J.J. McKelvey. Great pass, tremendous catch, but really the composure of Davila is what made it happen.
Well, Randy Gatewood talked about it in the beginning. We didn't mention the word composure. He talked about the touch. He talked about he could rifle it in there if he could. He talked about the escapability. Well, this time, going to his left, the escapability, the nice touch, and then the fortuitous way to have that height of a wide receiver that's 6'5" and J.J. McKelvey. That always helps. And that's one of those situations right there. You have big, tall, wide receivers. If you throw this football up, nobody gets it but him. The only cause you might have, if it's too high, it might hit the strings of the net on the backside of the end zone. But Nick Davila extreme poise this first half of this Arizona Rattlers team.
Fourth touchdown pass. The Rattlers will go for 2. Billy Ferris will come up about 3 yards short. Or the Rattlers, who were trailing by 2, went for 2, and then little tussle after the fact. Both teams going after it. A lot of fight still left in the Iowa Barnstormers.
Mike Jones, number 79, a little extracurricular activity at the bottom of that pile. And Billy Ferris, this team, that being Iowa, sniffed out that 2-point conversion that time. And
after the play, unsportsmanlike conduct on the defense, number 9. That 10-yard penalty will be enforced on the first play following the kickoff. The result of the try is no good.
Now again, it does not affect the 2-point conversion attempt.
On Micah King, who's the sack leader for this Iowa Barnstormers, it's hard to tell with Mike Jones down there and Micah King, a couple of big guys down there, a little scrum at the bottom of the pile. Something that you do not want to do with 13 seconds left here in the first half.
Well, Rattler fans, when you renew or buy Rattlers season tickets by August 6th, you will receive a commemorative autographed Danny White jersey for each ticket that you buy. Lower bowl tickets start at just $90, so call 602-379-2333 or log on to azrattlers.com. It's a shot of the jersey and the autograph from Danny White. We have our jerseys up here in the broadcast booth.
But nobody wears a Danny White jersey like Katie. She is absolutely styling down there, as are the Sidewinder cheerleaders. Styling with double aces, as I like to call it, from Danny White, one of the great all-time Dallas Cowboy quarterbacks and one of the greatest coaches in all of Arena Football League history. There's Danny.
Yeah, former ASU Sun Devil star, of course.
And what was the city, a little trivia for Tom Leon, that his first pro team was with?
His first pro team.
Yes.
That's right. Before he was with the Dallas Cowboys, who was it? That is a great question. I just remember watching him in his first few years with the Cowboys when he was a punter, and he was always a threat to throw from that punting position.
I'll give you a hint. Okay. World Football League. The city makes absolutely fabulous barbecue. It's in the Deep South.
Memphis.
There you go.
Well done. Hey, barbecue was a giveaway.
Basically, Gabriel. Yeah, Danny White went to the World Football League that lasted, maybe a year and a half. Remember when Jim Kick and Larry Zonka and Paul Warfield all left to go play in the World Football League? It was kind of a beige-colored football that they used. Couldn't wait to sit there and watch those games. That was my senior year at McClintock High School.
How about that?
Every Thursday night, they played like Thursday or Friday night, Thursday nights, usually during the week, so you'd have to mess with the National Football.
You have always been a football fanatic. You couldn't get enough football. You needed it 12 months out of the year. The pass is caught, and going out of bounds to stop the clock with 9 seconds for the Iowa Barnstormers is Larry Kendrick. And, of course, here in Arena Football, you get the ball, you get to take it home.
Yes, you do.
And those two wrestling over it. They're sitting next to each other. Are they friends? Oh, man.
That is really fun down there with the Utah Blaze game that you talked about that my girlfriend and I had a chance to come to. You were here with all the, 5 or 6 kids that you brought to that game?
Yep.
But you're down there, it's a completely different game down there watching it. I mean, hey, fellas. You got the football, but you got to give the player back no matter what.
Guerrero jumped off sides. It's a freebie for Venna. Lofts it high and deep and knocked away the defense once again from Terrence Sanders. He's been spectacular in the first half.
And we got a flag down here at the line of scrimmage. I hope this isn't another illegal defense by the Rattlers or Kevin got to go nuts.
Defense
no, it was the offsides. Guerrero was the one who jumped before the snap.
Well, here's the thing that Ryan Bennett is starting to grow as a quarterback during this game. You've seen Ron Jones or Alex Guerrero start to get a jump on the football. So he's doing a very good job of mixing his count up. Anytime you get an extra shot or a free play, we like to say, to get that nose guard or that outside defensive end to jump, you get a free play. Ryan Bennett is starting to grow, starting to see that if they pick something up in these last several series with this Rattlers defensive line.
3 seconds on the clock for Iowa. Holding on to a 2-point lead, stepping up Venna, throwing toward the end zone, stepping in front and making the interception for Arizona. I believe that's Sanders. Is it Sanders again? Yes, it is. Terrence Sanders stepped in front and made the pick.
Well, Jesse Schmidt knew he couldn't get to the football, so he's tackling Sanders as Sanders gets over there to make the interception, prevent the Iowa Barnstormers from getting into the sideline for one more touchdown sideline in the end zone to take a big lead. Only leading by 2 right now, Tommy Leander.
Boy, fantastic way to end the first half of the Arizona Rattlers. Terrence Sanders anticipating the pass, stepping in front of Schmidt.
Terrence Sanders does a great job of seeing that great read that time, watching the quarterback's eyes to come up and make a great interception and get that momentum turned around for the Rattlers.
2 quarters in the books. Iowa will take a 29-27 lead into the locker room at halftime. The Rattlers committing 2 turnovers, Dan, in the first half that resulted in 12 Iowa points. So we'll be back. All the highlights. Randy Gatewood will visit with Nick Davila at halftime, and Dan Minucci will break down the first half when we return on AZTV.
As a quarterback, I learned to make the right decisions on the field. The decision to make Scottsdale Healthcare
Zango.
For more information about joining Danny White and the Rattlers Zango marketing team, or about the Zango products, call 888-700-0444. Text Zango to 40123 or go to www.themangosteinteam.com. When Hall of Fame quarterback and coach Danny White discovered the exotic and enriching flavor of Zango juice for the first time, he couldn't help but be a little, just a little curious. While researchers are just beginning to uncover the powerful scientific properties behind the mangosteen fruit, Danny White was inspired to perform a few experiments of his own. An ancient remedy for years, the mangosteen fruit has been linked to everything from promoting a healthy seasonal respiratory system, neutralizing free radicals, supporting cartilage and joint function, and helping support the immune system. With Zango's delicious mix of antioxidants and ever-growing health benefits, we're finding that sometimes it's a little tough not to get carried away.
Honey, where's all the Zango?
For more information about joining Danny White and the Rattlers Zango marketing team, or about the Zango products, call 888-700-0444. Text Zango to 40123 or go to www.themangosteinteam.com.
Awesome. You geared up and ready to roll tonight?
Oh yeah, ready to go.
Yeah. You know, we had a chance to talk a little bit earlier, and you know, you mentioned a gentleman, a very close friend of mine, someone who you had an opportunity to meet last week. Tell me how that experience was.
You know, it was an honor. As a kid growing up in high school, first arena football game I got to watch. He was actually playing, and I'm a lefty and he was a lefty. And when I thought of arena football, I thought of Cedric Bonner. So it was an honor to be here on his day and actually be able to tie one of his records and break another one.
Yeah, you've done some amazing things this year. They've surrounded you with a lot of weapons. Right. Speak a little bit about those guys. Speak a little bit about Windsor and McKelvey and the guys, the supporting crew.
Oh yeah, they make my job a lot real easy. I just give them the ball, and they go and make plays and make my job real easy. So it's real fun, and I take care of good of the offensive line. My wife, she makes dinner for them every week. So.
Oh, that's awesome.
She's always trying to help out in any way she can, and that's what it's about. It's a team effort, and I'm just happen to be the quarterback.
Yeah, for sure. No, it's been exciting. I've watched a lot of games this year. I've been on the scene this year. I've had a chance to watch you grow and do some of the things you've done. Me being a receiver, it's been amazing to watch. You guys got some good chemistry, especially as the season progressed and everything. Yeah. So, but tell me about the transition from AF2 and now being put on the big stage here where, there's a few more people in the crowd, a little bit bigger atmosphere.
Yeah.
You've handled it really well. What did you do in the off season or, preparing for this particular moment for you to handle it the way you have?
For me, I just tried to stay mentally sharp. I was going to have the physical ability to be able to out there and make plays. When I came to Arizona, Coach Guy also talked about, making this more of a profession, and that's what I did.
Yeah, awesome, man. Well, it's been exciting to watch you play this year, man. Great job this year. I wish you well tonight. Much continued success throughout the rest of the playoffs, and look forward to seeing you.
All right, good.
All right, thanks, Nick.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Katie.
You got it, Randy. Stay with us here on AZTV. We have much more from Randy Gatewood coming up next as he gives us his expert opinion on the first half highlights. Stay with us.
Elevate your everyday. Elevate your game. Casino Arizona.
Is there an addiction causing problems in your life? Are you hiding that addiction from others? Are you or someone you love suffering from an addiction? Then it's time to do something about it. Calvary Center knows exactly what people need to get and stay in recovery.
It changed my life.
It's your choice if you want to live or you want to die.
Call Calvary Addiction Recovery Center at 866-76-SOBER or visit us online at calvarycenter.com.
Your attention, please. Goodbye Auto Auction is auctioning off high-quality used automobiles and trucks. Every Wednesday morning at 9 a.m., Goodbye Auto Auction offers you an opportunity to bid on a huge inventory of well-conditioned automobiles. Bidding starts as low as $300. The gates open at 8. Auction starts at 9. Goodbye Auto Auction is located at 2956 West Osborne. For more information, call 602-523-3339. Remember, it's every Wednesday at Goodbye Auto Auction.
We are live at U.S. Airways Center as the Arizona Rattlers try to win their last regular season home game. I'm Katie Hartley. He's Randy Gatewood. Well, Randy, since your jersey's hanging from the rafters, why don't you give us your thoughts on the first half highlights?
I would love to. Thanks, Katie. I would love to. Exciting first half here. As you can see, Davila drops back. There was a 23-yard touchdown pass to Trandon Harvey in the corner of the end zone. I was going to come right back here. Venus going to throw a pass in the corner, and Smith makes a phenomenal one-handed grab in the corner of the end zone here to tie the game. After Arizona fumble, Iowa strikes right back to Kendrick for another touchdown. Davila comes back, drops a beautiful, beautiful touch pass in the corner of the end zone to Windsor for the second touchdown of the game, too. Iowa then settles for a 21-yard field goal. Arizona's going to come back. Lo and behold, Davila drops the bomb on Iowa to Windsor for another touchdown in the first half. As you can see, Windsor kind of just coasting the end zone here. Exciting, exciting play. But lo and behold, Iowa comes back. Venus going to drop back here, scramble around, find a little time in the pocket. He's going to find McCown in the corner of the end zone for another touchdown in the first half. Arizona comes right back. He's going to do the same thing. He drops back, finds time, and finds McKelvey in the back of the end zone for their last score in the first half. Arizona 29, Barnstormers 27. Back to you guys.
Thanks so much, Randy. Well, we'll get time with Dan's opinion right after this. Stay with us.
The Arizona Rattlers 2011 season tickets are now on sale. Secure your seats for next year's fast-paced, hard-hitting Rattlers Arena football action today. Season tickets start as low as $90. That's right, just $90. Buy your tickets before August 6th and receive an autographed Danny White Arizona Rattlers jersey for free. Visit acrattlers.com or call 602-379-2333 to take advantage of this limited time offer. That's acrattlers.com, where it's always snake season.
Imagine the possibilities, First Credit Union. Imagine a brighter future, all you hope to have and do. We can help you make those dreams come true. We'll see you through with all the service you need. We offer to help you succeed. Imagine the possibilities, First Credit Union.
Today, with the economy the way it is, if you get sick, the bills can make you even sicker. That's why you want to call Blue Cross Blue Shield of Arizona. They will tell you about their new health plans and help you choose the one that's right for you and your family. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Arizona has introduced new and more affordable health insurance plans. So don't wait. Call your broker or call Blue Cross Blue Shield of Arizona now to get the facts. To learn more, call your broker, call 866-691-BLUE, or visit azblue.com/TV.
Rattlers won the first meeting between these two teams back in Des Moines, but trailing by 2 at halftime. Tom Leander along with Dan Minucci. Of course, again, we've been stating this throughout the course of the first half. The Rattlers win. They will host a playoff game here in downtown Phoenix against Milwaukee on Saturday, but they were really hurt by those 2 turnovers in the first half. A fumble by J.J. McKelvey and also Trandon Harvey on a kick return.
I think that's one of the things that's kept Iowa hanging around. When you look at the 2 turnovers, that's been very, very key because this Rattlers offense has just been on par. You look at Nick Davila, 12 for 13. You look at his stats, 4 touchdown passes. The offense is not the problem right now. I think that you get the turnovers that you do, that's going to keep any kind of a team in it. So you look at the score, 27-29, they're falling behind, 180 yards passing. The turnovers we talked about, but the points off the turnovers, the Iowa Barnstormers 12. Otherwise, this Arizona Rattlers team has got a commanding lead. One of the key things right now, too, is this team, the entire team, has got to come out with more energy. They got to come out looking at a situation, shake off like a lethargic situation that they have as a team. Shake it off, come out motivated. Hey, gang, the playoffs started tonight. You can start playing like it.
And don't let this opportunity slide through your fingers. And give a lot of credit, though, to this Iowa Barnstormer team playing with a lot of pride. You mentioned Bennett with the 4 touchdown passes. They came to play in their final regular season game. They've been out of playoff contention the past couple of weeks.
Anytime you have a team that is desperate, that wants to make a mark for their very last game, is very dangerous. This Arizona Rattlers team, who fell behind last week 30-26, again, behind, needs to come out, set the tempo right away, and win this, and host a playoff game here in the Snake Pit.
Well, Dan, this is Fan Appreciation Night. They would appreciate a victory here in the final regular season game and a playoff game here on Saturday. Second half coming your way here on AZTV right now. Iowa on top, 29-27.
When Hall of Fame quarterback and coach Danny White discovered the exotic and enriching flavor of Zango juice for the first time, he couldn't help but be just a little curious. While researchers are just beginning to uncover the powerful scientific properties behind the mangosteen fruit, Danny White was inspired to perform a few experiments of his own. An ancient remedy for years, the mangosteen fruit has been linked to everything from promoting a healthy seasonal respiratory system, neutralizing free radicals, supporting cartilage and joint function, and helping support the immune system. With Zango's delicious mix of antioxidants and ever-growing health benefits, we're finding that sometimes it's a little tough not to get carried away.
Honey, where's all the Zango?
For more information about joining Danny White and the Rattlers Zango marketing team, or about the Zango products, call 888-700-0444. Text Zango to 40123 or go to www.themangosteenteam.com.
As a quarterback, I learned to make the right decisions on the field. The decision to make Scottsdale Healthcare the official hospital for the Arizona Rattlers was personal. I had shoulder surgery at Shea Medical Center several years ago. With the leading physicians, the latest technology, and a compassionate staff, I know you'll receive world-class patient care from the all-pro team at Scottsdale Healthcare, including ASMC, the official team physicians for the Rattlers. To learn more, call or go online at shc.org.
matter where you ride, what you ride, or who you ride with, you can count on the Law Tigers. We created a free valuable benefit card that motorcyclists can't afford to be without. Free legal advice, a $10,000 hit and run reward, a 24-hour accident hotline, but most importantly, peace of mind. Designed by riders for riders, the Law Tigers Biker Benefit Card. Available at your favorite motorcycle shop or online at lawtigers.com. The Law Tigers, Arizona's injury lawyers who ride.
I'm Vicki McDonald. On behalf of Blue Cross Blue Shield of Arizona, I'd like to congratulate the Arizona Rattlers on a winning season and for making it to the playoffs.
Vicki, thanks so much. Rattlers trailing by 2 here at halftime to the Iowa Barnstormers. Back with Dan Minucci. You know, one thing we didn't touch on during our little halftime break was the play of Terrence Sanders in the first half. He ended the second quarter with the interception of the Vena pass. He also had a couple of critical pass breakups.
Well, one of the things we talked about as far as Minucci's keys was winning that turnover battle. So you look at this Iowa Barnstormer team got 2 basically in that first half. Rattlers come back, get the interception there at the very end of the first half. So you look at one of those situations, there's Minucci's keys right there. Played a high tempo, which you need to come out and do, even more so. Protect Nick Davila. They have done that, but keep forcing the turnovers, okay? You're down 2 turnovers to 1. Continue to make that happen. Antaj Hawthorne, he's the one individual that likes to make that happen, as Nick Davila signing a nice autograph for fan appreciation here at the Snake Pit.
Good first half for Davila, as always, and his receiver, Rod Windsor. Windsor had 6 receptions, couple of touchdowns. He now has 46 receiving touchdowns in his rookie year. That sets a new AFL rookie record for Windsor for the amount of touchdown receptions. It also broke the Rattlers team record for touchdown receptions in a season. What a year it's been for Rob the God Windsor.
Well, he is a very, very special young man. And the thing you really like about Trandon Harvey and J.J. McKelvey and Rod Windsor is they continue to work hard each and every day. That's one of the biggest things that Kevin Guy and Danny White truly appreciate, is how hard they work every day of the week.
The strong leg and accuracy of Scaccia between the uprights off the soft net. Nowhere to go for Kendrick. He is shoved out of bounds at around the 3-yard line.
Well, here's where this Rattlers defense has got to start to come to life. Start to bring the energy, start to bring the heat, and show that enthusiasm that we've been seeing the last Rattler home games. Very difficult to come back week in and week out. And I think that Kevin Guy might have had a few choice words for this Rattlers team in the locker room, because you could see at the end of the first half, especially with his defensive special team, was not happy, trying to infuse some energy in this defense and make some stops. So this Rattlers will host and hopefully go all the way to Arena Bowl.
And we saw the speed of Kevin Guy at the end of the first half. Normally he joins Randy Gatewood for that interview. He took off into the locker room because he wanted to give those choice words to his team.
Well, it's probably a good thing that Kevin Guy went into the locker room, because
better that the players hear the choice words than the fans watching on TV.
That's right, on AZTV. Hey, if I could, for all the AZTV folks that are out there, hey, give well wishes to AZTV's Lisa Schneider-Cipriano. As you know, Angela and the McMahon group, they are the much better halves of one Pat McMahon as she recovers from surgery. Angela and Lisa, we love you. Best of luck to you as you recover from your surgery.
Thinking about you, hoping you're watching the Rattlers tonight, and hopefully it'll be a victory for Arizona to close out the regular season. They would finish the year at 11-5.
You know, it's amazing how much better they make Pat McMahon look. I mean, what's been the last...
They make him look younger.
Yeah, I think he's been broadcasting, 95 years or something like that.
You talked about growing up and watching Danny White in the World Football League. I watched Pat McMahon as Gerald on the Wallace and Ladmo show.
Okay, here's the question. Did you ever win a Ladmo bag, and what's inside the Ladmo bag?
Never did. Did you?
Danny and Debbie Minucci in Tempe are our Ladmo bag winners, but here's the problem. We never went down to collect them with all the fine stage that they had, but we remind Pat of how old he is most of the time.
What a professional, though. The best in the business. Another incomplete pass by Vena. Flag drops at the 4-yard line. It could be in the territory of a possible holding call against the offensive line. That's what it appears to be.
I think that's what's going to be. And again, when you look at the pass rush of this Arizona Rattlers line with Jones and Hawthorne and Guerrero, you're seeing some energy coming out here in the second half, and that's what Kevin Guy wanted to see. That's the third play in a row that Ryan Venna has had some issues around his feet. When I say issues, there's people clawing, there's linemen falling back in him, they're forcing him to move right and left. They're not making him comfortable. They're not allowing him to set his feet to make a firm throw down the middle to the outside.
Swanson, Sanders, along with Freeman in the defensive secondary. Freeman misses the tackle, and that allowed Schmidt to make it all the way out to the 18-yard line.
Just a simple little pop pass outside to Schmidt, and that's how you slow a rush down. But that's how you get the defensive lineman away from the feet of your quarterback. Ryan Bennett sees this, just pops it outside to Schmidt, takes some of that pressure off. He's over to Coach Gregory of Iowa. Hey, Coach, give me a blow. Let's run something quick so I can just take a step or 3 steps and get rid of the football.
You saw the shot of Brandon Freeman. He is a tremendous athlete. Actually played in the D League, the NBDL, the development league of the NBA. Quite a basketball player. Venna, deep, touchdown. Caught by Kendrick. Larry Kendrick reels it in. Beautiful floating pass by Ryan Venna, who then goes over to Rattler man, who wouldn't give him a high five on the way by.
Well, Kendrick does a good job of just splitting the seam, and this is the split between Riley Swanson and Brandon Freeman. Good pass protection, just a nice little touch pass right down the middle. And Kendrick is just right there again. Got the time, allows him to throw and follow through on the throw, and just lays it up right over the top over Riley Swanson. Not one of the situations that this Arizona Rattlers team wanted. They wanted to get a stop coming out here at the beginning of the third quarter.
Now, Venna appeared to be in all sorts of trouble and under a lot of pressure in the first few snaps back from his own end zone, but he composed himself, was right on the money to Kendrick as we await the extra point attempt from Jeff Glass. And right now, Iowa has taken the 8-point lead on Arizona, up 35-27. The Rattlers defense has been very consistent, Dan, over the past 8 weeks. They haven't given up more than 55 points in a game. Now, a lot of fans who don't watch arena football go, oh, 55 points. But for arena football, to keep your opponent under 55 points for 8 consecutive weeks, and there have been a number of weeks, too, where their opponent hasn't even reached 30.
Well, and giving up the big play, too, Tom, I think you allude to that you give up the long scores. I mean, you don't have any problem with anybody matriculating down the field. Hank Stram, Super Bowl IV, Vikings and Kansas City Chiefs. You look at a situation in arena football, what John Gregory wants to do as the head coach for the Iowa Barnstormers is control some of that clock, some of that tempo, but the opportunity's there. You get your guys going up the field. Good job by Ryan Bennett to see that, lays it up down the field, just splits the defense, which to me looked like a blown coverage by the Rattlers defense.
Finally, it is Glass on for the point after. He's missed a couple. This one is through by Jeff Glass, and it gives Iowa now a fairly commanding lead. But in arena football, things can change in a hurry. First touchdown of the second half goes to Venna, the long ball to his man Larry Kendrick.
Trucks only.
We have the largest pre-owned truck and SUV inventory in Arizona. Our team of expert buyers constantly search for the best quality vehicles for our customers. Like this 05 Dodge Ram Diesel, only $16,995. At Trucks Only, we have sold over 3,700 pre-owned vehicles in the last 12 months. Because we sell more, we can pass on huge savings directly to you. At Trucks Only, it's the customer, always.
Trucks Only.
Mesa Apache Junction.
Now a 2-possession lead for the Iowa Barnstormers early in the third quarter as we send it back down on the field to Katie Hartley.
Thank you so much, Tom. I'm standing here with Lisa Sandoval, the Director of Marketing for Scottsdale Healthcare. So, Lisa, can you describe the relationship that the Arizona Rattlers have with Scottsdale Healthcare?
Absolutely. Scottsdale Healthcare, we're proud to be sponsors in the official hospital of the Arizona Rattlers. We believe that the Rattlers have the heart of champions.
Now, I know that Scottsdale Healthcare offers world-class patient care. Can you tell me what that means to you?
Absolutely. As a nonprofit, community-based hospital, we believe that world-class patient care means having the best physicians, such as the doctors of Arizona Sports Medicine Center, the latest technology, and the most compassionate staff. That's world-class patient care.
That sounds like a wonderful organization. We're so happy to have you as part of our Arizona Rattlers family. You're welcome. Back to you, Tom.
All right. Thanks so much, Katie. And thanks to Scottsdale Healthcare for their support of the Arizona Rattlers this season in 2010 as they embark upon the playoffs starting next weekend, either here at home Saturday hosting Milwaukee, or if they lose to Iowa, they hit the road and take on Spokane Friday night, I told you earlier, Spokane lost this evening to Jacksonville, so the Shock finishing the season 13-3. And you know what's kind of interesting, too, is that over the past couple of years, Rattlers quarterback Nick Davila played in AF2 in Spokane. And in talking to John Gregory, head coach of Iowa, he said he was pretty shocked to see Davila leave Spokane and play for Arizona. He said it would have been a natural fit for him to go from AF2 to the Arena Football League and remain in Spokane. Back of the end zone. Here comes Trandon Harvey. Scoots to his left, picks up a couple of blocks, and then picked up and thrown to the turf at the 8-yard line.
Well, you want to get this team unraveled. I think that you got to continue to come down the field. We see J.T. Smith right there, the defensive coordinator, former All-Pro in the National Football League as a wide receiver. Very interesting. You see a lot of receivers in the National Football League or Arena Football League become defensive coordinators, like Hunky Cooper did when he was with the Utah Blaze coaching under one Danny White. So he's got his team here. If they get a stop and they go back down and score, that puts a huge dilemma on the back of one Nick Davila and this offense of the Arizona Rattlers.
Well, you talk about a potent offense, too. Neil Lomax had J.T. Smith and Roy Green when the Cardinals first came to Phoenix. Of course, now they have become the Arizona Cardinals as the catch is made by J.J. McKelvey. I remember going to Flagstaff, though, for that first training camp of the then Phoenix Cardinals with Lomax and J.T. and Roy Green.
How about a kid by the name of Snell Mitchell as the running back out of the Citadel and now coaching in the National Football League. I mean, they had some very, very talented teams. And J.T. Smith along with Roy Green. I mean, talk about Roy Green being a home run hitter and J.T. Smith. He's doing a phenomenal receiver he was.
He's doing the sting.
Oh,
He's got the little nose thing.
Yes.
Is that the Robert Redford move in the movie Sting? Looks like a third base coach. Pass is incomplete. Davila throws it into the end zone. His intended target was Trandon Harvey. There's J.T. Smith. He's coached along John Gregory for a number of years. Gregory was saying of J.T., he is a future head coach in this league. Just terrific with the players. Great chemistry with the youngsters on this Iowa Barnstormers team.
You know, you look at guys like J.T. Smith and John Gregory and Danny White and Kevin Guy. The one thing that you notice about all these coaches is that they are definitely good teachers. They are phenomenal teachers. They make those things happen. They continue to teach and do it in a way that gives guys confidence.
Davila, good protection. Fires it complete to McKelvey. He is tripped up, but not before he reaches first down yardage for Arizona.
Well, just take your time. Just take what this defense gives you. Just what a phenomenal night that one Nick Davila is having. I mean, look at his accuracy. Coming into this game right around 67, 68% as it is. But he's got a good feel. He's got good tempo. He's not going to panic on you at all. You see JJ 5 catches with 1 touchdown for 63 yards. So that's one of those situations you want to see your quarterback and offense. They can only do what they can do. They can't go back on the other side and play a defense for you.
McKelvey's such a great story. He's the man in motion. Davila looking this time for Rod Windsor. But going back to J.J. McKelvey, I mean, he's one of those prototype AFL players that has a second job. His other job, he's a teacher in New Hampshire.
Number 9 out of the box.
Illegal defense against the Iowa Barnstormers. But J.J.'s a teacher for troubled youth in New Hampshire. Right now, his wife and kids are back there while he plays out his dream in the Arena Football League. And he said, you know what? Big thing for him right now, he just wants to win a ring. He's in his 6th year of the Arena Football League, coming out of Clemson.
I thought that was funny. He doesn't care what happens after this season. He just wants to win the ring. And talk about guys that are grounded. You know, you see so many of these guys in the Arena Football League that are grounded. They understand the game. They love the game for what it is. They're not here to make the big bucks. They want to win a ring. They want to show their wares and see if they got an opportunity somewhere else.
Trandon Harvey makes the catch. Does he spin in? No, they are going to mark him down at the half-yard line.
Trandon Harvey feeling good over the ailments that he had over the last several games. That's one of the things that Danny White really likes is this team is healthy. Gets knocked out of bounds on the dashboard there by Varner.
We haven't talked about Tanner Varner, AFL's top tackler.
Yes.
Number 2 in interceptions with 8. Kevin Guy said, though, that's not a good thing in the Arena Football League if you're number 1 in tackling because nobody really runs the football. That means you're giving up a lot of receptions as a defensive back. Trandon Harvey on the move. The give to Curtin, but a flag drops. It's going to be a legal procedure, I believe, against Arizona.
Snap. False start, number 90 on the offense. 5 yards, still second down.
Well, getting the football to the big fella as well. Just kind of banging his way up there from his football spot. Again, getting yourself sharp, getting yourself to where you're not making any mistakes at all. That's what you want to do as you're going into the playoffs. And that's why Kevin Guy and Danny White preached to the offense and defense, guys, we want to hit on all cylinders. So right now they go to fourth gear, they go to fifth gear, and then they're back down to second gear with some of the turnovers and mistakes that they're making. And you just know that Danny White not happy at all with some of the very simple plays that he's put in, especially running plays and jumping off sides.
They take Curtin out, they put in Booker for the protection, and then there's going to be interference in the back of the end zone. It will go against Khalil Carter. Vehemently protesting that flag, but there was all sorts of contact, and Carter still complaining. That'll be an automatic first down for the Rattlers and half the distance to the goal.
Well, to the backside, you see McKelvey coming in. You see Carter a little man-to-man. Little check there, and then a little push there. And Carter feels, well, that wasn't on me. And who was it on? Well, if it wasn't on you, somebody. It might have been on King coming back from the backside in his backer position. So it was pass interference, whether it was on you or not.
Yes.
Carter can't believe, hey, I just grabbed him and tried to tackle him at the line of scrimmage.
Fake pitch, Davila, wide open for the touchdown. It's McKelvey. Rattlers needed that score in a big way.
They surely did. And coming in the pressure from the outside is Mike Lewis as a defensive lineman and doing a great job again by rolling out to his left. Nick Davila on the run, throwing the nice touch pass to the backside of the end zone. And we've seen this time and time again is Nick Davila being able to throw off the run with accuracy.
After the touchdown, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 2
second
on the
one of the night against the Iowa Barnstormers. Second
will be enforced on the first
penalty
play
for
after the
unsportsmanlike
kickoff.
conduct.
The touchdown count.
So they'll give him 6 for the touchdown pass from Davila to McKelvey, and they'll mark it off after the kick.
And throwing a football with somebody in your belly. Look at him coming from that backside. He's going to get him no matter what. Those guys are chasing you. You get him at 230, 250 pounds, chasing you, hitting you as you're throwing the football. Again, just a good presence to keep your balance and just lop it up there with a nice, accurate touch of Nick Davila.
And Dan, for Nick Davila, he has hit the century mark. That's his 5th touchdown pass of the night. He came in with 95, 100 touchdown passes for Nick Davila. Rattlers right now within 2.
Some things really are intimidating. Playing poker at Casino Arizona isn't one of them. The 5th annual Ladies State Poker Championship is back. Compete for this no-limit hold'em title and your share of the $137,000 plus prize pool. Casino Arizona. Elevate your game.
I'm Pat McMahon, and I'm here to tell you from first-hand experience how many unique and inexpensive items I've come across at the Fantastic Indoor Swap Mart. You, too, can shop Fantastic. Over 500,000 brand-new items under one roof at the Fantastic Indoor Swap Mart, located at 27th Avenue in Camelback in Phoenix. You'll find everything you need and want at incredibly low prices. Open Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 10 to 6. What's it called? The Fantastic Indoor Swap Mart.
Imagine your world without glasses. You don't have to. With over 32,000 LASIK procedures performed, at Schwartz Laser Eye Center, individual care is priority 1. Each patient receives a private, one-on-one consultation and eye exam with Dr. Schwartz. Offering a wide range of cutting-edge eye procedures, patients receive the customized medical treatment that's absolutely right for them. Call today to schedule your free LASIK evaluation. Glasses free and loving it. Dr. J. Schwartz, your hometown Team Eye Doctor.
Hey Rattler fans, I'm Alex Guerrero, and I want to thank all of you guys for a great 2010 season. See you in the playoffs.
Guerrero's done a superb job along with a lot of the linemen for the Arizona Rattlers, both on the defensive and offensive side. Dan, we have to give a lot of credit to the arrival of Connie Kauai. Guy said that they have not given up a sack since he arrived, in conjunction with the coaching of Mark Tucker, the former Rattler great.
Well, Connie Kauai, an outstanding long snapper and short snapper for field goals, has done a phenomenal job as far as getting these guys back to technique, getting them back to basics in reference to giving that pass protection to Nick Davila.
Kendrick is still free along the sidelines. Cuts back to the middle of the field and is finally brought down by the kicker, Fabrizio Scaccia. Inside the 10-yard line for Larry Kendrick.
Well, Larry Kendrick, especially after a penalty being assigned on the Iowa Barnstormers, Kendrick gets this off, and he'll go down, get back inside, runs into his own man. That's what creates it. Guys don't stay in their own lane. Nice little block to the outside by Jason Simpson. And Kendrick gets to the outside, but Scaccia finally brings him down, and we talked about that special team play in the open. You got to be able to make big returns, and you got to be able to prevent the big return.
Now what happens because of that unsportsmanlike conduct call, they'll push it back 10 yards, and Iowa will start instead at the 18-yard line. Venna behind center, has 5 touchdown passes tonight. McCown in motion. McCown is the target. McCown is overthrown by Venna.
And McCown was wide open. That time he faked as if he was going to go into motion and going into the inside, cut to the outside. He's wide open again. Looks like the coverage is a little confusion in that secondary for the Rattlers.
Well, we told you Nick Davila with his 100th touchdown pass of the season. The scoring drive brought to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Arizona. 4 plays, 42 yards, culminating in the TD pass to J.J. McKelvey. It's a 36-34 game, 5:20 and counting to go here in the third quarter. Barnstormers coming in 6-9 on the season, losers of 3 in a row, but they've won 4 of their 6 games on the road this season. Flushed out of the pocket is Venna. Flags dropped, 2 of them in the backfield of Iowa. The catch was made by Schmidt up against the boards, but again, we'll have to determine, the referees will tell us what the flags are about. A tripping call against Iowa.
10 yards from the previous spot. Replay second down.
So they will replay second down.
And this is on the center, Eric Rothwell, as Antaj Hawthorne just goes bull rushing over the top of Eric Rothwell. And Rothwell does everything he can to prevent Antaj Hawthorne from getting to Venna. Does a good job. I guess if in doubt, like I used to say, Tom, if in doubt, grab him, hold him. Let's live for another down. But that time he gets caught, negates that big return. So what happens now? You have that great return. You get the penalty off the kickoff. You get a holding call or tripping call, setting this Iowa Barnstormer team in backward motion.
7th penalty assessed to Iowa for 43 yards. Then a long ball again to Kendrick. Almost made the grab with his left hand. Coverage from Riley Swanson. Swanson has had some stellar games this season. A couple of game-saving pass breaks throughout the course of the regular season. He was the man in coverage on Kendrick.
And good coverage this time by Riley Swanson. Coming down the field, you got Brandon Freeman inside out. Turns him over to Riley Swanson. Again, the touch pass, trying to drop it in there. Very, very difficult when you got a receiver that has got the hops of one Riley Swanson. You get that ball in his neighborhood, he'll go up and bat it away or bring it down at its highest point.
And remember, Kendrick started the season as a jack linebacker. Almost made a sensational catch. Flags, Venna fires, looking for Schmidt, overthrown again.
I think they're going to call this on Antaj Hawthorne, that he might have jumped the count as he pushed the center again off. And this one might be offsides on the Arizona Rattlers.
Illegal formation. Defense number 37 moving prior to the snap. 5-yard foul. Replay third down.
Sean Hockley and the officiating staff have been very busy ever since the second quarter of this game.
Well, Johnny Curtin having some issues as that MAC linebacker. This is the third one of the day. And there's Curtin right there at that MAC backer. You know, he kind of somewhat jumps the count. Antaj Hawthorne, he saw Hawthorne jump the count. He jumps the count. You've got to stay back. You can't get into that box and call that box. You've got to stay back. You can't hedge your bet into that imaginary box that close to the line of scrimmage.
Jesse Schmidt on the fly. Venna, good protection. Finds his man Kendrick. He is wrapped up at the 10-yard line. 2 yards shy of an Iowa first down.
Well, at some point, this Arizona Rattlers defense, they've got to make a stop or they've got to force a field goal. And that time, you get Swanson coming across, making the sure tackle, or Sanders making the sure tackle that time. So what this defense needs to do is just understand what's happening underneath them to the back part of the end zone. You talked about it earlier. It's extremely difficult to score inside the 10-yard line. So if there's a chance, an opportunity to force an issue, i.e. a fumble or turnover, now's the time to do it for this Rattlers defense.
4th down and 2. Iowa will go for it. You have to keep an eye on Venna. He could run it himself. Quick drop. nowhere to go, rattled out of the pocket, and then intercepted. Intercepted by Kelvin Morris. Venna was under duress. He panicked and threw it right to Kelvin Morris.
On cue. They must have heard me down there, Tommy Leander. I called for the stop. I called for the turnover. And there it is, getting to the outside. Venna, the pressure up the middle by Guerrero, by Antaj Horton. Guerrero chasing him. He doesn't see Morris come from the outside. He's standing right there. And that's what happens with a lot of quarterback. The Arizona Rattlers, they get the break. They get the stop. Is this the time, with 2 minutes and 39 seconds remaining in the third quarter, that the Rattlers make their move down 36-34?
One word to describe this car would be reliable, dependable.
Phenomenal. This truck is tough.
It's durable, dependable, feisty.
I gotta stay with dependability.
I'd say sturdy.
While the quality of a Toyota may last, the amazing deals and great selection won't during Toyota's National Clearance Event. Like a $199 a month lease on a new Camry or a $169 a month lease on a new Corolla. Plus, get an auto maintenance package on any new Toyota at no additional cost. See your Valley Toyota dealers today.
Is there an addiction causing problems in your life? Are you hiding that addiction from others? Are you or someone you love suffering from an addiction? Then it's time to do something about it. Calvary has been your addiction recovery solution for over 45 years.
It's an amazing experience.
Calvary saved my life.
Get help. Call Calvary Addiction Recovery Center at 866-76-SOBER before it's too late.
Your attention, please. Goodbye Auto Auction is auctioning off high-quality used automobiles and trucks. Every Wednesday morning at 9 a.m., Goodbye Auto Auction offers you an opportunity to bid on a huge inventory of well-conditioned automobiles. Bidding starts as low as $300. The gates open at 8. Auction starts at 9. Goodbye Auto Auction is located at 2956 West Osborne. For more information, call 602-523-3339. Remember, it's every Wednesday at Goodbye Auto Auction.
Hey, Rattlers fans, this is Peanut. Just wanted to say thanks for a great season and best of luck in the playoffs. We got a great owner in Mike Galloway, some awesome coaches. Let's bring the Arena Bowl back where it belongs, here in the Snake Pit. Woo! Rattlers!
Well done, Peanut. Now, Kelvin Morris just picked up his 6th interception of the season. 2nd INT for the Rattlers defense tonight. Sanders had the first. Windsor makes the grab. Windsor still dancing. Windsor heading to the end zone and finally shoved against the boards at the 5-yard line.
You know, that's what you love about Rod Windsor. Here's this young man. He catches it. He's got that burst of speed. He makes a catch. First and foremost, he runs a good route. Coming right at you, right into your living room. Little quick slant. Makes a catch with the hands. Gets up the field. Yards after catch. Tucks that football away to the outside. And gets that little burst, finds that 4th gear and that 5th gear to get up the field.
I talked to Riley Swanson earlier this season. He was talking about Windsor. Of course, they go against each other in practice, saying that Windsor just has great hands, that strong body, and he loves to talk a lot of smack, too. Didn't say much after that catch. Davila back to Windsor. Incomplete. Almost made the catch along the boards.
Tommy Lee, you jinxed him talking about those good hands that he has, and all that smack talking going on back and forth to practice. But again, that's a good defensive play that time. Coming up from the outside to break that one away. Good timing. Rod Windsor should have had this football. Just nice little touch pass. Just to lay this up at its highest point and come over and breaking that one away at the very last second is Tanner Varner. We talked about him earlier, doing a good job of reaching into the inside, batting that football away.
A great play by the 26-year-old Tanner Varner. Davila. Lots of time, and then throws it incomplete. Nobody in the vicinity, right at one of the officials.
You know what? That's a smart play. That's when you can tell where a quarterback has grown throughout the entire year. He didn't try to force the issue. He didn't see any of the receivers coming open. Good coverage down the field by the Barnstormers, and he just throws this football away basically into the ground so he doesn't force any kind of a turnover issue. They cannot force the issue. They need to score here to take the outright lead.
Rattlers trailed 29-27 at halftime. They were down by 9 after Venna threw his 5th touchdown pass. But they've come back after a Davila TD to McKelvey. The Kelvin Morris interception, trying to capitalize now and take the lead. Oh, the pass is dropped. It was dropped by Devin Clark, who was the tight end on that play for Arizona.
That is a well-designed play that Danny White set up. He had guys go in motion, going away. is a phenomenal play. The throw is just a little bit low for the guard. You got to keep it up there just a little bit high. Good job, good play call, but to no avail.
A couple of dropped near touchdown catches, what would have been TD catches, first by Windsor and then by Devin Clark. It'll be 4th down for Arizona trying to take the lead when we come back here on AZTV.
Stay healthy and still watch every penny. To find out more, call your broker, call 877-317-BLUE or visit azblue.com/rates.
The Arizona Rattlers 2011 season tickets are now on sale. Secure your seats for next year's fast-paced, hard-hitting Rattlers Arena football action today. Season tickets start as low as $90. That's right, just $90. Buy your tickets before August 6th and receive an autographed Danny White Arizona Rattlers jersey for free. Visit azrattlers.com or call 602-379-2333 to take advantage of this limited time offer. That's azrattlers.com, where it's always snake season.
Some things really are intimidating. Playing poker at Casino Arizona isn't one of them. The 6th annual Arizona State Poker Championship is here. Sign up and play your best Texas Hold'em to win your share of the $1 million prize pool. Casino Arizona, elevate your game.
Your wallet is filled with valuable things. Your identity, your money, your credit, even your memories. But if you ride, the most valuable thing in your wallet is your Law Tigers Biker Benefit Card. Because with this card and the Law Tigers, you never ride alone. The Law Tigers, Arizona's injury lawyers who ride.
Let's take a look at tonight's Team IDOC laser pass of the game. It is Davila and Rod Windsor, really the storyline of the season for the Rattlers this year, these two stunning rookies.
Yeah, they really are. And you look at this nice touch, nice pass. Nice little close corner route, read route. As Danny White likes to say, the Schwartz Laser Eye Center, TeamIDoc.com, laying it right on the money. A nice laser shot, as we like to call it.
I'm a little shocked right now, Dan, because Kevin Guy has brought out Fabrizio Scaccia for what would appear to be a field goal attempt. He said, really, at no point in the game does he ever want to go for a field goal. This is arena football. You need to jam it into the end zone, try to pile up as many points as you can. It is 4th down for Arizona at the 4-yard line, but it appears he's going to go with Scaccia, unless it is possibly a fake. They have their backup quarterback, Billy Ferris, who is the holder. So the snap is good. The kick by Scaccia is up, and it's blocked. The kick is blocked. Iowa recovers. They will have it at the 23-yard line. This could be a monumental turning point of the night.
Wow. And very surprising, as you said, that they would go for the field goal attempt, but to take the lead 37-36 in a game that you want to win in order to host a playoff game. But Simpson just comes breaking right through. First of all, it's a high snap. So it's a high snap. Ferris gets his hands on it, but breaks through, that being Simpson, and blocks this one. Very surprising, very rare you ever see an extra point or field goal block in Arena Football League.
That's because the rush can only come from around the edge, around the corner. And somebody missed their block, and a missed opportunity for Arizona. Vena fires, complete to Schmidt. Trying to wrap him up and taking him into the end zone for the touchdown. Terrence Sanders, it appeared had Schmidt wrapped up, but the power and tenacity of Schmidt taking Sanders into the end zone with him for the score. You talk about a turnaround. Rattlers go for the field goal. It's blocked, and on the very next play, a touchdown strike. Vena to the powerful Schmidt.
that extra effort that Schmidt has, and a good call by John Gregory, the head coach of the Iowa Barnstormers, to say, hey, look, we got a turnover. The best time to go down the field or take a shot is right after a turnover and try to catch that defense on their heels, and that's exactly what they did. They caught the Rattler defense on their heels. You got to wrap them up, prevent them from going in the end zone as well.
And Glass knocks it through. What a turnabout for the Arizona Rattlers to begin the fourth quarter. The touchdown pass to Schmidt, and now Iowa back out on top by 9 points for the second time in the second half.
Elevate your night, elevate your game. Casino Arizona.
Just a stunning turn of events as Arizona now trails 43-34. Back down to Katie Hartley.
Thank you so much, Tom. I'm standing here with my friend Ramon Martinez, the Director of Public Relations with Casino Arizona. So, Ramon, can you tell me what brings the Arizona Rattlers and Casino Arizona together?
Well, Katie, we are both in the entertainment business, and this is exciting. I mean, there's nothing like the energy that you feel at a Rattlers game. But we also like the fact that the Rattlers are community-oriented. They come out to our community school. They do clinics for our kids. They hold seminars. It's just a great relationship, and we're enjoying it.
Great. Now, you guys have a new resort opening, right?
Yes, Talking Stick Resort, 101 and Indian Bend. We're opening up our brand new 750-seat showroom with top-rated entertainers. We have 8 restaurants and 10 entertainment lounges.
Sounds like fun. You might catch me there later. Well, we're so happy to have you on our team. Thank you, Ramon. Back to you, Tom.
All right, thanks, Katie. Dan, you brought up a great point, too. After the blocked field goal, the veteran coach, John Gregory, goes for the throat, Venna finding Schmidt for that touchdown.
Well, that's the confidence that you want, you have in your quarterback. The accuracy, you got great pass protection. The defense came out, thin a little down, and on top of that, even though you get a completion, you got to make the tackle. You've got to get yourself, find a way. You're down by 9 points. This Arizona Rattlers team is a little bit behind the 8 ball here with 13:40 to go in the fourth quarter.
Such a game of momentum and emotion. And the momentum now on the side of the visiting Barnstormers, whose season really ended a couple of weeks ago. They're out of playoff contention. Here comes Sanders. He loses it. Sanders fumbles the kick return. It's picked up, taken toward the end zone for the touchdown. Iowa takes it in. It was Chris White. Ball popped loose. Chris White scooped it up and took it the distance.
And there's a penalty down the field, penalty marker on the field here too, Tom. We'll have to take a look.
Holding on the return team, number 21. That penalty's declined. Result of the play, touchdown.
You know, this is one of those situations where you just never know. You've got to secure the football. Terrence Sanders knows. Makes a nice move, and coming from the backside, looking like he got his hand in there, was J.J. Payne. So J.J. Payne realized he can't make the tackle, so he just dives at Terrence Sanders and just strips the football. And turning around, coming up with a number 45, Chris White, opportunistic. 4 forced turnovers by the Barnstormers and 25 points off of those turnovers.
Wow. Just stunning what we have seen here from the Arizona Rattlers. Again, trying to put away this Iowa Barnstormers team, secure home field advantage in the first round of the playoffs. Take advantage of a gift from the Arena Football League, the renovation in Milwaukee at the Bradley Center. So Milwaukee, even though they've won the division, would have home field advantage, would have to travel here to Arizona. But right now, Kevin Guy just kind of scratching his head, wondering how his team has fallen behind by 16 points. We saw the fumble by Trandon Harvey earlier in the game on a kick return. Now it's Terrence Sanders, and Kevin Guy certainly has the attention of his players right now.
And you can see his lips right there. Focus, guys. You got to have that intensity. Anytime you feel you can come out and just play an Arena Football League game, heads up, because I don't care how good or bad that other team is, they will get on you. You see this Iowa Barnstormer team, they've come out fired up. They understand this is their last game of the year. They want to be the spoiler. Now, the spoiler, they want to spoil the home field advantage for this Arizona Rattlers team. So one of those situations you look at, if this team wins, that being the Rattlers, they will play Milwaukee here. They beat Milwaukee 68-67. If they lose tonight, they got to travel to Spokane. They are 0-2 against Spokane. Somewhat of a new rivalry for this Arizona Rattlers team. A very chippy game several weeks ago in Spokane.
Boy, and low scoring. You don't normally see numbers like that in an Arena Football League game. 37-36, Rattlers lost. So they do lose the 2 games to Spokane, but by a combined 4 points in those 2 losses.
Well, anytime, I would say this, the Spokane has become the new rivalry. Since San Jose is not in the league anymore, the new rivalry.
Back to Trandon Harvey as the return man. Harvey makes it to the 18-yard line before he is pushed out of bounds by the kicker, Glass.
So the Rattlers down by 16 points. You take a look at this. They're going to have to get a stop or another turnover. You only got 12 and a half minutes left in this game. You've got to make a stop. You've got to get a turnover. The other thing, too, Tom, you got to score quickly at some point. You got to get a quick score and a quick turnover to get yourself back in loop. Because if you get that ball back to, it's pretty much game, set, match. If Iowa continues to score every time they have the football.
Rattlers have been a great fourth quarter team this season, but they're being outscored 14-0 so far in the fourth. Windsor, sidestepping defenders, still on his feet, slammed to the turf at the 10-yard line. Nifty footwork from Rod Windsor.
Come back and they win that game last week. We talked about it being the Tucson Talons, 61-51. They scored 21 points in that fourth quarter and hold Tulsa to 7 points. Good job again by Windsor just to take care of the football. Guys, you know guys are going to try to strip the football. Just put it away. Tuck it away. Don't try to be a hero on just one play.
Rattlers needing the score, trailing by 16. Firing it was Davila over to Trandon Harvey. And he goes down at the 10-yard line. Clock continues to roll. 11:45 to go here in the fourth quarter. Well, you just know Kevin Guy. He is so fiery and so aggressive. When you talk to him, he says sometimes he feels like he has to be a counselor with some of these players. And you can see him gathering all of his team together after that last missed opportunity, the fumble by Sanders. Iowa taking it the other way and trying to instill a little fire in his team here in the fourth quarter. Davila looking in front of the end zone, and he finds his man Rod Windsor. Does he skip in for the score? He does. Davila checking off after a couple of receivers were in the end zone. He goes short to Windsor, makes the catch, makes it into the end zone, and a flag is down at the 4-yard line.
Well, this will be interesting to see what this call is.
Illegal defense, number 9.
It'll count for Arizona.
Results of the play, touchdown.
Well, that's a good thing. And again, this is a great job by Nick Davila to check down. He looks left, comes back to his right side, gives the opportunity for Rod Windsor to come up underneath. Again, I can't tell you about the timing that Rod Windsor and Nick Davila have, but you got to give credit to this offensive line, doing a phenomenal job in order for Nick Davila to make what his first primary read, his second primary read. That's what he does. That's what this offensive line has allowed him to do the entire night.
Well, how impressive was that, too? Right as he saw the score, he signaled 2. He said, immediately, we are going for the 2-point conversion. Try to make it an 8-point game. Davila. Plenty of time. Whips it. Intercepted. It is intercepted by Khalil Carter. And no 2-point conversion for the Rattlers, so they will still trail by 10 with 10:51 to go here in the fourth quarter. And Rod Windsor with yet another touchdown reception on the season.
Well, Nick Davila that time does a good job of taking a couple of extra drops. He was just a little bit late, but again, Rod Windsor, the combination of Nick Davila and Rod Windsor making it happen, trying to get this Rattlers back in the ball game, coming right at you. Sitting in that recliner at home. Nice move getting outside. Rattlers down 50-4.
Elevate your everyday. Elevate your game. Casino Arizona.
We have the largest pre-owned truck and SUV inventory in Arizona. Our team of expert buyers constantly search for the best quality vehicles for our customers. Like this 03 Ford Diesel, only $13,895. At Trucks Only, we have sold over 3,700 pre-owned vehicles in the last 12 months. Because we sell more, we can pass on huge savings directly to you. At Trucks Only, it's the customer, always.
Trucks Only. Mesa Apache Junction.
Today, with the economy the way it is, if you get sick, the bills can make you even sicker. That's why you want to call Blue Cross Blue Shield of Arizona. They will tell you about their new health plans and help you choose the one that's right for you and your family. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Arizona has introduced new and more affordable health insurance plans. So don't wait. Call your broker or call Blue Cross Blue Shield of Arizona now to get the facts. To learn more, call your broker, call 866-691-BLUE, or visit azblue.com/TV.
10-point lead for Iowa, 10:51 to go here in the fourth quarter. That's an eternity in the Arena Football League. Time now for the First Credit Union kick to win. Tonight's contestant, John, a chance to win $25,000 from First Credit Union, and not tonight.
Onside kick by the Arizona Rattlers that time. Did not catch Iowa off guard. Coming up with the play that time to do a good job is Chris White. So Scotcha trying to catch this Iowa Barnstormers team off guard with an onside kick. Good hit delivered by Calvin Morris. Take another good look at this time at Leander.
Well, and I'm glad there's two sets of eyes up here, because I was watching John with his attempt to kick to win.
Well, the good thing that came up by Chris White is he came to get the football. He did not wait for it as Calvin Morris comes up there to try to knock it away. Again, that risk, that shot that Kevin Guy's got to take now, being down by 10 points with 10.5 minutes left in this game.
Again, though, they do shrink the field. In motion is Schmidt. Made a couple of splendid catches. Filer rolls his way to the 3-yard line. Rodney Filer. Talked about him in his 10th year in the Arena Football League. And some defensive end along with a fullback. And he is a big boy. 6'3", 250 for John Gregory. Venna, of course, another guy that has run many times this season from his quarterbacking position, but we really haven't seen much of that. He's been doing his damage from the pocket.
Well, the main reason why is because this Arizona Rattlers defense is very good, very effective at the run. That last play, and you look at it, what John Gregory wants to do is somewhat control the clock, eat some of this clock out, try to get this back to a 17-point lead.
Well, just as we say it, Venna takes it on the ground, maybe a gain of 1 yard, and it'll be third down for Iowa.
Well, again, we look at possession games. You take this to 17-point lead, it becomes a 3-possession game. If you can hold this team to just 3 points, it becomes a 2-possession game. So this is a very key drive that this Arizona Rattlers defense has got to make a stop, or if anything, force the field goal.
Yeah, Rattlers, one of the best rushing defenses in all of Arena football. Kevin Guy, the defensive coordinator, such a perfect match with Danny White, who's the offensive genius. Kevin Guy in charge of the D. Venna now on third down from the 3-yard line. Flag drops, flushes Venna, and he's picked up by Kelvin Morris. Second interception of the night by Kelvin Morris. It's his third in the last 2 games.
And another penalty marker down to the outside. The outside officials are talking. Looks like number 5, Eric McCown, is saying this is against the Arizona Rattlers. This would be a huge turnover back to the Iowa Barnstormers if it's not against Iowa.
Outside. Defense number 2.
Break.
Half the distance to the goal. Replay third down.
So half the distance to the goal line, and it will erase the interception by Kelvin Morris.
Well, Venna starts to his left, then he comes back to his right. Well, Calvin Morris is back here to the right side. He just kind of watches him. He spies him just like the interception he had seems like about 10 minutes ago. But to your right side, Calvin Morris, for quarterbacks, he doesn't even see him. He just is looking to come back to the back side to Jesse Schmidt and does not see him. But again, another huge blow to the Arizona Rattlers and not getting that interception or that turnover.
Third and goal for Venna. Hand off to Filer. No, Venna keeps it himself and takes it in for 6. Boy, what a pretty play fake. I thought Filer had the handoff. Instead, Venna plowed forward and scores another touchdown for the Iowa Barnstormers.
Just a veer option. He just comes down here and just fakes it to Filer, grabs the ball right out of his hands, and comes down the line for the touchdown. That's a very well-designed play. They've been doing that for several years. And Venna, at 6'1", 225-plus pounds, is not easy to bring down. He just basically does a great job of pulling that football out of Filer's stomach and turning up there to get the touchdown.
Well, the Rattlers went for the onside kick. It backfires in terms of Venna taking it in on the quarterback sneak. How a guy 225 can actually sneak in, I'm not sure. But when you're following behind Rodney Filer, that certainly is the case. And Glass will try the extra point right now. The Barnstormers with the 16-point lead. 7:50 to go here in the fourth quarter.
This is so important he makes this because it makes a 3-possession versus a 2-possession. If he misses it, you get 2-point conversions, you can get 16 points.
The kick is up and good by Glass, so it is now that 17-point advantage for the Iowa Barnstormers, trying to stun the Rattlers here in the final regular season game.
As a quarterback, I learned to make the right decisions on the field. The decision to make Scottsdale Healthcare the official hospital for the Arizona Rattlers was personal. I had shoulder surgery at Shea Medical Center several years ago. With the leading physicians, the latest technology, and a compassionate staff, I know you'll receive world-class patient care from the all-pro team at Scottsdale Healthcare, including ASMC, the official team physicians for the Rattlers. To learn more, call or go online at shc.org.
Elevate your night, elevate your game. Casino Arizona.
The Arizona Rattlers 2011 season tickets are now on sale. Secure your seats for next year's fast-paced, hard-hitting Rattlers Arena football action today. Season tickets start as low as $90. That's right, just $90. Buy your tickets before August 6th and receive an autographed Danny White Arizona Rattlers jersey for free. Visit acrattlers.com or call 602-379-2333 to take advantage of this limited time offer. That's acrattlers.com, where it's always snake season.
Iowa outscoring the Rattlers 21-6 here in the fourth quarter. Still plenty of time to go. 7:39, but Nucci made a great point, too, because that 17-point lead, a lot different than 16 points, because obviously with a 2-point conversion, 2 touchdowns, 2 2-point conversions, 16 points. You're teaching me a lot of math up here.
Well, I'm just trying to just give it to you, break it down.
Math and strategy.
As a quarterback and a coach, you got to keep all that in mind when you got to make the comeback trail.
Sanders fumbled it last time, resulted in an Iowa touchdown. And there's the horse collar as they rip him down from the back of the shoulder pads. Initially, a flag dropped at the 5-yard line, and then 2 more on the horse collar.
Well, this looks like it could be a clipping on Alex Guerrero, and then the horse collar on the other side. You hope this is an offsetting situation, but I look at this Arizona Rattlers team right now. They are walking around. There is no hop in their step whatsoever, being down by 17 points. And this Rattler, let's see what the referee has to say here.
Both teams on the play. Holding on the return team. Personal foul, horse collar tackle on the kicking team. By rule, the ball will be placed at the spot of the hold on the return team. First down, Arizona.
Now there's the offsetting penalties. As the young Mr. Hockley has to say. Coming back to you as you see Terrence come back. There's the horse collar there by Bird. Bringing that down. That is not legal anywhere. I don't care what organized football situation you're in.
Rattlers take over at the 5-yard line. The slant pattern from Windsor, and another late flag drops. A lot of chippiness between the Rattlers and Barnstormers to close out this regular season. It will be a personal foul against Iowa.
Yeah, one of the
They've had 2 unsportsmanlike conduct calls. Now this personal foul along with the horse collar.
And you bring up a good point there too, Tom, is, you know, you get a team like Iowa that's feeling pretty proud of themselves right now. Well, one of the things that Kevin Guy talked about that they learned in the Spokane game, got to keep your poise. Can't get caught up in all that chippiness going on.
Through the hands of Trent and Harvey, and another flag near midfield.
Illegal defense. Number
This
30
will go
on
against
box.
the Iowa defense.
5 yards from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
Rattlers will still have it on first down after the 5-yard penalty.
Well, now Nick Davila is starting to get a little bit of pressure. Charles Johnson, the big fella, comes around that right side, forces Nick Davila to step up. Now we're starting to see Iowa somewhat lose their poise. They're tired. They feel they got a 17-point lead. I mean, you got to remain focused. You just can't give the Arizona Rattlers a couple of quick scores, which they are very capable of doing.
Rattlers came in averaging 60.5 points per game. So far sitting on 40. That pass skipped off the turf to the chagrin of Tanner Varner, who thought he had it clean for the interception.
I would love to see the replay of that. Guy's down there in the truck if you got it. Looks like he looks like he got his hands up underneath that. The Arizona Rattlers might have dodged a huge bullet. This one coming right to your right side, right here. Did he get his hands up underneath? Oh, little short hop there. Little short hop there by Varner. Nice little fake to the official.
And he faked us out.
Yes,
Very theatrical. I thought maybe it would have been a clean one. Oh, miscommunication this time. And Trandon Harvey turns right around, looks at Davila and said, yep, I went the wrong way. He cut in instead of toward the sideline.
Well, that's that read route, that inside-out read route. And Nick Davila does a good job. A lot of times there's a mistake. Danny White talked about that. If that guy sits at 5 yards, it's very difficult. There's not really anybody that's right or anybody that's wrong. You just hope that somebody in a white jersey doesn't pick it off.
Third down. Davila whips it across the middle, and it's broken up. Khalil Carter was there defensively for Iowa.
Looks like a penalty marker again. This might be holding on the Rattlers again. One of the things that Nick Davila is doing, I'm starting to recognize, is he's getting a little anxious. He wants to make a big play. To the official.
Offense number 75. That penalty is declined. The result of the play brings up fourth down.
So, Tom, what his anxiousness does is he starts to telegraph. He's starting to hone in on his receiver, allowing the defensive backs to jump the route, as opposed to look left, come down to the guy on the right side. Huge fourth down play for this Arizona Rattlers team.
This is the game right here, Nooch.
This really is. This is the game, and this is the opportunity that could be a miss from hosting a playoff game.
Davila fires it incomplete, and the Rattlers will turn it over on downs, trailing by 17 points.
Good coverage that time by the Iowa Barnstormers as Bird drops back into coverage. Coming up that time again, Trandon Harvey. And again, just watching the eyes of Nick Davila as he drags up. He's desperate. They've got to get fourth down and 10 yards. All you got to do is a simple little play, get those 10 yards. And Kevin Guy is one guy that is not very happy at all, as this team is starting to see its playoff hosting hopes slip away against a 6-9 Iowa Barnstormer team.
And you see that 20-point difference for the Rattlers offense underneath their season average. It's been an excellent game for Khalil Carter. He seemingly has been in on every play in the defensive backfield for the Iowa Barnstormers. Helped break up that fourth down pass by Davila, and now Iowa will just try to bleed the clock, try to win their 7th game of the regular season, head to the offseason, and send the Rattlers packing to Spokane to meet up with the Spokane Shock. And that game would take place Friday night.
You know, it's interesting because there's so many times you come out in a football game and as a quarterback, you get a couple of quick scores. You go, wow, this is just really easy. Get a couple big scores, big plays, and you think it's going to be that way the entire night versus working your game plan, working your offense. You get all these easy scores, and you never really quite get into rhythm with the game plan.
Venna, soft touch going deep and almost caught for the score by Eric McCown, who rams into the boards again. Remember, the first half, he went into the corner of the end zone, was down on the turf for about 5 minutes before he popped up.
Well, you look at this Arizona Rattlers defense right now, they just look out of sync in the secondary, and you wonder if the changes that were made in the secondary by head coach Kevin Guy might have had something that affected that. But again, you got to come with the energy, you got to come with the heat. You're down set by 17 points with 3:43 remaining in this game. There's got to be a way on third or fourth down that you got to come up with some kind of a turnover and get a touchdown off that turnover.
You talked about the changes too. One of those changes putting Terrence Sanders in the middle of the defensive backfield, saying he knows he's going to get beat from time to time, and then an interference flag drops on Freeman. Freeman reaching in with that left hand. He had the right hand, though, apparently draped on the shoulder of the intended receiver.
And looks like there might be a holding call back here on the Iowa Barnstormers, so this could be, again, offsetting penalties.
Flags have just littered the floor tonight. Oh.
Holding. Offense number 67. That penalty
How about
declined.
that?
4th down.
So they put the flag on Freeman back in their pocket, and it'll be a holding call against Iowa instead.
And I'm sure that John Gregory will send out his field goal team, send Jeff Glass out to try to get 3 points, put this team up by 20 points going in with 3.5 minutes to go. This is truly amazing to see the Arizona Rattlers so far below their average of 60 points per game.
Rothwell was the lineman who was caught holding. Glass from 38 yards. It is straight and it is good by Jeff Glass. Mentioned that he kicked 21 field goals last year in AF2. Had a rocky start, missing 2 early extra points in this game. But he was dead on with that 38-yard field goal. It's a 20-point lead for Iowa.
Elevate your everyday. Elevate your game. Casino, Arizona.
As a quarterback, I learned to make the right decisions on the field. The decision to make Scottsdale Healthcare the official hospital for the Arizona Rattlers was personal. I had shoulder surgery at Shea Medical Center several years ago. With the leading physicians, the latest technology, and a compassionate staff, I know you'll receive world-class patient care from the all-pro team at Scottsdale Healthcare, including ASMC, the official team physicians for the Rattlers. To learn more, call or go online at shc.org.
Center, the Iowa Barnstormers are beating the Arizona Rattlers 60-40. And this is your friendly reminder from Arizona Blue Cross Blue Shield to remind you to protect yourself from the sun. Wear sunscreen with at least 15 SPF to protect both from UVA and UVB rays, and protective clothing like long sleeves and wide brimmed hats. Look for shade when you're outside to stay out of the direct sun. This healthy living tip is brought to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield. Log on to azblue.com/rattlers to find affordable health insurance plans that meet your needs. Back to you, Tom.
Thanks, Katie. Well, Iowa has siphoned the air out of this stadium with their 20-point lead, shocking this Rattlers team on Fan Appreciation Night on an evening when they could secure the home field advantage in the first round of the playoffs. Trandon Harvey is whipped down at the 11-yard line.
Well,
2:51 to go here in the fourth.
What you have to do, Tom, is you got to finish strong. I mean, that's all there is to it. You're down by 20 points. You got 2.5 minutes left in this game, or 2 minutes 51 seconds. You got to finish strong, because if you lose this game, you have to travel to Spokane, and you look at those 2 losses to Spokane by minimal points. You got to get yourself refocused. You got to shake yourself. You got to come out and learn the valuable lesson that you have, is that you got to come out. I don't care if it's the Bangor Maine Red Raiders or the Green Bay Packers. You have to have that intensity. You have to have that mode of win right now.
Davila fires it over to Windsor. Windsor still on his feet and finally dropped by big number 77, Charles Johnson. Well, Dan, if you look at how this happened to Kevin Guy and the Rattlers, late in the third quarter, Kelvin Morris had that interception on 4th down. So the Rattlers headed to the fourth period trailing by only 2 points. But then they go for the field goal. It was blocked. And on the very next play, Venna to Schmidt for the touchdown, making it a 9-point game. And that's when everything turned. And then on the ensuing kickoff, it was Sanders fumbling the return, fell right into the lap of Chris White, who took it the other way for the touchdown.
Tom, what do we always say? You have to take care of the football. And that was emphasized by Kevin Guy, talking to him earlier this week, talking with Danny White earlier this week. They have to take care of the football. They have to secure the football, because if you're a good team, they're going to take advantage of that. You get a team like this, throwing an interception at the end of the game is something that
Jason Simpson's going to go all the way. The pick 6 for Jason Simpson off the Davila throw.
And you wonder if this is miscommunication again, inside out. J.J. McKelvey and Nick Davila are talking about that read route. Nick Davila is saying to J.J., you're supposed to go out. J.J. goes in, and they had some issues with that. Remember the Utah Blaze game? We saw that several times as well, is the miscommunication on the defensive back to that side. Danny White shaking his head, Nick Davila shaking his head. Some words being exchanged. Again, looking to the outside. Nick's thinking he's going out. But again, J.J. McKelvey's going inside. It's that read route that's somewhat of a post corner outside. And there's Jason Schmidt right there, just sitting back in zone to make the interception.
Boy, nearly went the entire 50 yards. It was right in front of the goal line. It was about a 48-yard touchdown interception return for Jason Simpson. That young lady was able to receive a football,
yes,
though.
She was. She's got
nice
her
parting gift.
Rattler colors on there. She's got her teal shirt on, and that's something you'll remember at Rattlers games.
This is not the way the Rattlers wanted to head into the postseason. Well, you mentioned the frustration. You could see it on the face of Danny White, the offensive coordinator, his quarterback Davila. Some miscommunication with his receivers and being pounded tonight in their final regular season game by Iowa. But again, you know, there's still fun to be had. Simpson, he's in a good mood, in a giving mood here in downtown Phoenix.
Love that little smile, don't you?
When I start my day off right, I always feel better. So when I decided to cut back on expenses, my gym membership stayed, and the morning lattes, first to go. But even in tough times, you can't cut back on necessities, like health insurance. Good thing Blue Cross Blue Shield of Arizona just introduced new health plans that start at under $59 per month. So now I can stay healthy and still watch every penny. To find out more, call your broker, call 877-317-BLUE, or visit azblue.com/rates.
Elevate your night, elevate your game. Casino Arizona.
I'm Pat McMahon, and I'm here to tell you from firsthand experience how many unique and inexpensive items I've come across at the fantastic Indoor Swap Mart. You too can shop fantastic. Over 500,000 brand new items under one roof at the fantastic Indoor Swap Mart, located at 27th Avenue in Camelback in Phoenix. You'll find everything you need and want at incredibly low prices. Open Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 10 to 6. What's it called? The fantastic Indoor Swap Mart.
Hi, my name is Jennifer. I've been a season ticket holder for about 8 years now. Go Rattlers and win that championship and bring it home.
And they can still do it, Jennifer. They will have to start on the road against the Spokane Shock. A lot of people to thank, too. This is our fourth game on AZTV this season. First and foremost, our producer-director, Scott Garifo, is just doing a tremendous job all season. Eric Cohn on stats. Brianna Burke, our stage manager. Terrence Sanders kind of slapping at it in the end zone. Finally brings it out. Gets to the 5-yard line. Still going is Sanders, and tossed down at the 13-yard line. Our technical director, Steve Feinberg, ML Freitag, Kurt Zacher on graphics. Of course, as always, production and technical services provided by the Burke brothers. We've got our tape guys, Derek Peacock, Chuck Burke back there, and, of course, all of our camera guys.
Absolutely. Don't forget my brothers of another mother's over up here in the booth, doing an outstanding job of getting us all those fine shots. They're all laughing up here, going, Manooch, we love it. Got to give the camera guys love with all those fine replays. And I'm a little upset because we could have had the opportunity to broadcast another game if the Rattlers would have won this game tonight. You just never know.
Yep. And our mix master, Kevin Flock, on audio tonight on AZTV. Another catch for Rod Windsor, padding his stats in a remarkable rookie season. Coming out of western New Mexico, 25 years of age. Again, Kevin Guy telling me that on Tuesday, Rod Windsor will have a tryout with the Miami Dolphins as they prepare for the first round of the playoffs in Spokane. Holly in the end zone. That's right. That you are putting life and limb on the line when you're in front of the dasher board.
Is that a Notre Dame shirt that I saw Holly with down there? Is that Notre Dame? Is she sporting down there with the shirt in front of all those other guys that are there?
You don't sound pleased by that.
My goodness gracious.
Davila, and he is sacked for the first time tonight. Boy, the wheels have come off in a big way. Mike Lewis with the sack of Davila. This game can't end soon enough.
And that first sack in, 8 games, I believe that is as well, too. When you think of this team, and this is a very frustrated team, this Arizona Rattlers team is. And I will guarantee you this, like this Arizona Rattlers had when they lost back-to-back games to Tampa and Spokane, then they came out and won 6 games in a row. There's a little soul-searching going on prior to that game to the Iowa Barnstormers back in Iowa. And that was the game when you saw 5 sacks, a very motivated, a team, that being the Arizona Rattlers, that knew what they had to do to get back on track.
Davila along the sidelines, caught by Windsor. Windsor against the boards, and the clock will stop now with 36 seconds to go. 67-40 Iowa. They will finish their regular season 7-9. Look ahead to another season under John Gregory next season, who basically said, I'll be back as head coach. He hopes to bring back J.T. Smith and try to improve the talent level and get that Barnstormers team back into the playoffs. Of course, that's a team that's won a couple of Arena Bowls under Gregory.
Catch it! Touchdown!
They lost in an Arena Bowl game here to the Arizona Rattlers, though. That was the days of Kurt Warner. 3rd down for Davila. Abibi back to Windsor, tripped up at the 10-yard line.
You just never felt that the Arizona Rattlers had that. They just seemed flat coming out tonight. I mean, they scored. There wasn't a lot of energy, enthusiasm. Fan appreciation night. We talked about them having to come out with that tempo and keeping that tempo going all night long. And you just never felt. You felt that the Arizona Rattlers took this team, I'll be very honest with you, Iowa Barnstormers very lightly, felt that they could just come out. And I like to see just throw your helmet on the field. You can't do that. And that's one of the things that Kevin Guy and Danny White, as we talked to them during the week, wanted to protect against. Now, all is not lost. Just because you're not hosting a playoff game doesn't mean you can't go into Spokane next Friday night and go ahead and beat the Spokane team. Those games, both of those games, when you look at them, could have went very easily each way, losing 63-56 and then losing 37-36 just a couple short weeks ago.
Well, again, shocking in the fact that Arizona Rattlers had come in here winning 4 straight at home. The pass is caught in the end zone for a touchdown by J.J. McKelvey. So nice little tonic, possibly, for the Rattlers at the conclusion of this game, but McKelvey not ready to celebrate anything.
Well, that time, Nick Davila had some energy behind the ball. And then in J.J. McKelvey, a nice crossing route going into the end zone. You had a good drop by Nick Davila. You had good pass protection, and that ball had some energy on it. J.J. McKelvey caught that pass, a little frustrated. I call that somewhat of a frustrated touchdown catch. So maybe there's a couple scores here at the end of the game. You build on that, but it's building on something that you should have taken care of business in here tonight.
7th touchdown pass of the night for Davila. Windsor again with some superb numbers. He's made 15 grabs for 236 yards and 3 touchdowns. Don't forget, Rattler fans, when you renew or buy Rattler season tickets by August 6th, you'll receive a commemorative autographed Danny White jersey for each ticket that you buy. Lower bowl tickets start at just $90, so call 602-379-2333 or log on to azrattlers.com. And Danny White, Kevin Guy will be back at work tomorrow, game planning, strategizing for the Spokane Shock first round of the playoffs in Spokane, Idaho, on Friday.
It's not so much losing a game. I think a lot of the times it's how you lost the game, Tom, and I think you can relate to that. When you stop and look, you got into a situation where you had some turnovers. You had some interceptions. You had some fumbles on kickoff returns, which usually don't happen to this Arizona Rattlers team. So a couple things that Kevin Guy will do, will go back and go, okay, guys, be honest with yourselves. Were you totally focused 110% that you had to tell yourself, we have to win this game? And I can honestly tell you that answer is going to be no throughout that entire locker room.
Yeah. Like I said, Spokane, Idaho. On the border of Idaho and Washington, of course. Have you ever flown into Spokane? One of the most beautiful cities in the summer. But not in the wintertime. Is it cold in the wintertime. And not far from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, which is a big vacation spot for many Arizonans. As now there's just 23 seconds left to go here in the 4th quarter. Iowa had been outscoring the Rattlers 31-6 in this 4th period before that touchdown pass to J.J. McKelvey.
All right, let's psychoanalyze this game Tommy Leander. Psychologically,
do you have Freud's number?
No, I don't, but I think that there might be a therapy session at practice at some point during the week over at the Arizona Rattlers complex out at Gene Autry facility. You know, you just got to stop and go, okay, guys, this is one of those you just have to flush out, but you got to look at what you did wrong and where was that energy, where was that intensity. I guess the key word I like to use is intensity of having to win. We talked about the playoff start tonight. Well, this was not a team that was ready to be gearing up to the playoffs, as they're going to put a wrap on this, and Kevin Guy and this Arizona Rattlers team cannot quick enough get back to that complex and get back to the saddle and try to make them correct the wrong.
Classy move by Kevin Guy going over to John Gregory and J.T. Smith, the victorious Iowa Barnstormers, winning it here tonight. The final regular season game, 67-47. It's on to Spokane for Guy and the Arizona Rattlers, who close out the season 10-6. The Barnstormers 7-9 this year. Final score 67-47. Iowa. The Rattlers headed for the playoffs, where they will face the Spokane Shock on Friday. For Dan Minucci, Randy Gatewood, Katie Hartley, and our entire Arizona Rattlers crew, I'm Tom Leander. Good night from the Snake Pit. Keep your eyes on the Rattlers. Playoffs start Friday night in Spokane against the Shock. Rattlers football is a presentation of Sidewinder Investment Group in association with Owens Harkey Advertising.
Today, with the economy the way it is, if you get sick, the bills can make you even sicker. That's why you want to call
all the Zango.
For more information about joining Danny White and the Rattlers Zango marketing team, or about the Zango products, call 888-700-0444. Text Zango to 40123 or go to www.themangosteinteam.com. When Hall of Fame quarterback and coach Danny White discovered the exotic and enriching flavor of Zango juice for the first time, he couldn't help but be a little, just a little curious. While researchers are just beginning to uncover the powerful scientific properties behind the mangosteen fruit, Danny White was inspired to perform a few experiments of his own. An ancient remedy for years, the mangosteen fruit has been linked to everything from promoting a healthy seasonal respiratory system, neutralizing free radicals, supporting cartilage and joint function, and helping support the immune system. With Zango's delicious mix of antioxidants and ever-growing health benefits, we're finding that sometimes it's a little tough not to get carried away.
Honey, where's all the Zango?
For more information about joining Danny White and the Rattlers Zango marketing team, or about the Zango products, call 888-700-0444. Text Zango to 40123 or go to www.themangosteinteam.com.